stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectant. Stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
96.5 The Fan is your exclusive home for Chiefs football, with pregame starting 3 hours before kickoff with Josh Briscoe. Then it's the call of the game with Mitch Holtis, Dayton Hughes, and Josh Klingler.
Caught! Touchdown! Kansas City! Travis Kelce owning this game!
Followed by postgame coverage featuring exclusive one-on-one interviews with Andy Reid and Chiefs players inside the locker room. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 Chiefs Commanders. Monday Night Football with kickoff at 7:15 right here on 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
And there it was, the most heartbreaking home run Seattle's ever seen in their life.
Unbelievable.
That was wild.
My mic isn't working today.
Yours is off.
The dump button is stuck. The on button is on. The off button doesn't work.
We've canceled.
Do a great day. There it is.
We've canceled Fescoe. Kansas City, you got your wish.
That's right.
Just kidding, he's back.
Kansas City, you got a World Series.
11 years ago, tier.
Yeah, 11 years ago it was. But how about Toronto last night winning that thing? You and I were kind of talking before the show, like, who's watching the World Series now? You got the Dodgers versus Canada, right? Who are we rooting for in this one?
Baseball's going to tell us ratings are up.
Yeah.
Other than, Los Angeles, no one. Toronto, I mean, that's, I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. Whoever was going to play the Dodgers is going to get swept anyway. Hey, look, who wants Toronto? Literally in your right mind. Don't just do it to be a Richard. Be like, oh, I think Toronto.
No, nobody wanted
Blake
Toronto.
Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Yamamoto, Hiroki Sasaki, Shohei Ohtani, Clayton Kershaw, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, just stashed away in the bullpen.
Hanging out in the bullpen, yep.
Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Kiki Hernandez, only works in L.A., local hero. Wouldn't work anywhere else. Somehow works there. And then Dave Roberts. Let's really go piss off baseball and win 4 more games.
Yep.
When in reality, I want you to be mad at the Dodgers. I want you to hate L.A. I hate L.A. unless it's Benny the Jet Rodriguez. That man will always forever be in my heart as an L.A. Dodger, and he doesn't even really exist.
No, he doesn't really exist.
But the Jet stole home.
It's great.
The Jet stole home.
How great of an ending is that, though? I mean, it's so good. It's just,
top 5 greatest movies of all time.
Yeah, it really is.
I
will
not budge.
Now, Mac, have you seen it yet, The Sandlot?
God, yeah.
You have? Okay,
Multiple
good.
times.
All right, good.
Heck
Okay,
for sure.
Yeah,
Great one. It's one of my top 5 favorite movies, and it's not 4 or 5.
It's so good. It really is. It's just such a feel-good movie. The whole thing is just wonderful. But, baseball was on such a heater this year, too, right? I mean, we heard about it. We were all in it. The Stars are in it. And now you got Toronto versus the L.A. Dodgers.
Yeah, and versus Drake.
I mean, and then it starts on a Friday night, the World Series, too, which Friday and Saturday are your first 2 games of the World Series. Obviously, you're off Sunday because of the NFL. You don't want to compete with that. But that's going to get lost as well on a Friday and Saturday night. People are at high school football games. They're doing, whatever else they're doing on Friday nights. Like, that's a terrible night to start the World Series. And I understand why they're doing it, because they don't want to compete with the NFL on Sunday. I get all of that. But I mean, you've made it this far. Why not just start it on a Wednesday? Like start tomorrow, like just have everybody travel today and do all that kind of stuff and start the World Series tomorrow on a Wednesday night when there really isn't anything else going on in the sports world. I know you guys are geeked about preseason basketball that starts tonight, but
the regular season starts tonight.
Preseason starts tonight. The regular season starts about January 15th or so.
No,
when we get after the holidays.
Hey, they really care tonight, and then the next 65, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then the last 20, we're back to
Balls
the night.
to the wall, baby. Let's go.
But tonight, it's like tacos, man. They're fresh out of the skillet. Everything's fresh.
Yeah.
After tonight, you can make a taco salad. You can have a burrito. You can have some leftover
in
taco.
April, right?
But tonight, the NBA is very fresh.
Fresh tonight, and then we'll see you in April when the postseason
So
begins.
Wembanyama MVP.
Yeah,
that's our bet.
Who's your coach of the year this year?
I don't know.
Who's coaching the Knicks? Have they hired anybody yet?
Mike Brown, baby.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah,
Mike Brown.
Brown.
That's right. Knicks in 5. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
I love it.
But yeah, you got the story tonight, which is I don't know why I want to call him Kid Rock. It's just the way it comes out.
Oh my
Kevin
God.
Durant,
Yeah,
completely
KD.
opposites, right?
KD.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you get Kevin
My
Durant
name
and
is
Kid?
Kid. I don't know why.
I mean, totally opposite human beings. I mean,
Yeah, what-
jeez.
One guy's in Houston, the other guy's in another atmosphere.
He gets to watch his former team hang it up.
Oh, is that
That's
the
the
opener?
story.
That's the storyline
Yeah.
tonight. I like that storyline.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
salt in the wound
And
there.
you hate
I
Kevin
like-
Durant. Sports hate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sports hate. Yeah,
Don't know the
absolutely.
guy.
No, I never met the guy in my life, but sports hate. Yeah, we
and
need more
he's
of that.
the top 5 favorite athlete of all time for me. So let's go.
Is he really?
Easily.
Easily. Okay, that's
Easily.
good.
The Slim Ripper.
Yeah, the Slim
Who's your
Reaper.
number one favorite athlete
Jamal
of all
Charles.
time?
Yeah.
Is it Jamal? Who's yours? Because I don't even know. I
Joe
have to
Randa.
probably think about
His
mine's
dad.
probably your dad. Yeah, Don Mattingly. I would
love Joe
probably
Randa.
say.
If
yeah.
you could work magic and somehow get me a meeting with Joe Randa, I would love it.
Oh, I think we can pull that off.
That
I mean,
guy was
all
an athlete. He had a leather mitt at third. He had a grin that he told every pitcher, I could steal your wife and get a hit on you in the same day.
Yeah, that grin. If I was a pitcher and I saw
Joe
Randa up
Randa.
there with that grin, I'd plunk him. I
That's
mean,
why
I really
wore
would.
16.
Yeah, Joe was great. I love Joe. Joe was one of the best because he was one of the few people that would openly complain about David Glass being cheap.
Hell
and
yeah.
They used Equate ibuprofen instead of Advil. And I remember that was always a big deal for them in the locker room. They're like, this place is so cheap, they're using Equate, which was the Walmart brand.
Hell yeah.
Instead of Advil.
Well.
That's how it was. When Glass owned the team, they were using knockoff ibuprofen inside that locker room. You're Major League Baseball players, but
Acetaminophen.
yeah, but that to me is like a microcosm of why it didn't work here in Kansas City. Obviously Glass won the championship. That's old Dayton, but anyway, here we sit with
but
this
full
baseball
circle,
thing.
you had the NBA tonight, but baseball tonight,
Yeah.
the Dodgers, man. I understand. Like I said that I was like, if you want baseball to change, the Dodgers need to win the World
Yeah.
Series. And I think the other thing, if you need this sport to change its ways, is you need those teams like Pittsburgh, Colorado, Miami. I don't know if Cincinnati.
No, Cincinnati's a playoff team. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they probably could up their spending a little
Right.
bit. Anaheim can up their spending.
And it's all these people that say, well, we can't afford Ish can.
You can.
100%. Like, the other thing, too, is like Shohei Ohtani. I don't know. You guys saw this yesterday because I sent it to you, and I read it the other day, but we had obviously the NFL and the Chiefs react to on Monday, like baseball, get lost.
Yeah, right.
There was a game 7 yesterday. Didn't say one sentence.
Not
about it.
one sentence about it yesterday. But
Sorry.
how many people were running around talking
Right.
about Game 7 yesterday? Therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
Baseball is on such a heater. Now their biggest event of the year, people are like, I don't really
Right.
care. It's the Dodgers and it's Toronto.
And that's the thing. And we're going all sort of different directions, but either way, how to make this whole thing make sense is that, like, you need these teams to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
And even the Dodgers underpaid Shohei Ohtani.
No doubt.
Like, they paid him $700 million. Everyone goes, oh, my God. But then the graphic yesterday was within one baseball season, so not year, not calendar year,
Right.
baseball season, 185 days and 162 games, or whatever the number is. The Dodgers already made back the money they paid Shohei Ohtani, the $700 million, whether that is tickets, whether that is TV, whether that is overshore deals in Japan, whether that is ballpark merchandise, anything and everything that is Ohtani, they've already made the money for. So even if you're like, okay, well, what could they realistically pay him? $1 billion.
$1 billion. And I think that's an undervalue still for Shohei
So let's say
Ohtani.
they take a $200 million cut next year on merchandise because everybody's got their Ohtani stuff or whatever. They'll somehow get you back.
They will.
But let's say they only make $500 million next year. Well, then in 2 years, they would have made $1.2 billion on just Ohtani, and they would have paid him $700 million.
That's right.
Like, this is your
Ohtani is the most underpaid athlete in America today, and I don't have a problem saying that because of the money that he generates as an athlete. I mean, $1 billion. No, because it's the NFL and everything is shared in the NFL, right? Baseball, nobody shares anything really, right? Everything is kind of individualized in Major League Baseball.
Like Ohtani is a better individual athlete in a team sport than Mahomes. Now, if Mahomes played defense, then I'd be like the Chiefs underpaid.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's the equivalent. It would be like Mahomes would play, I don't know, middle linebacker, free safety. He'd be Ed Reed and Patrick Mahomes in the same body.
It's like Travis Hunter.
No.
He had his first touchdown.
Yeah. But I don't think anything that you're saying is wrong at all. And I'm sure people are going, that's blasphemy. How could you say that? No, Shohei Ohtani pitches and he hits and he delivers the eyeballs. He delivers the money. He delivers the merchandise.
He went 0 for 20, struck out 10 in 6 innings and hit 3 home runs, won the NLCS Player of the Year.
I know. I mean, yeah, exactly. He was like, yeah, you're right. 0 for 20 going into that game. In one game,
big game.
He goes, all right, enough here. I'm going to hit 3 home runs and I'm going to go strike out 10 and we're going to win this thing in an elimination game and we're going to take care of business.
$700 million.
I mean, it's just insane how much money he generates. But I mean, you got the whole country of Japan on your side now. And that's why, and I was telling you earlier, the last couple of times we had John Sherman on when he was a free agent, I was telling John, go sign this guy. You'll make a lot of money. Shohei will pay for the stadium at 119th and all by himself when you bring him in here. And John would laugh, ha, ha, ha. But no, that's what you have to do. You have to be willing to take that big swing like they did with Bobby, right? You took that big swing with Lugo. You took that big swing with Watka from a Royals perspective. The Royals aren't the problem in Major League Baseball, and quite honestly, neither are the Dodgers or the Blue Jays. The problems are the teams that you mentioned earlier that have that refusal to spend that make baseball unequitable. It's not the players. It's not most of the teams. It's those bottom-tier teams that refuse to spend because they're owned by skinflints and they refuse to go out there and spend any money whatsoever. And that's the problem ultimately with baseball. I'm going to be interested to see what the numbers do. You know, obviously with the Canada versus LA and a team that everybody hates right now versus a team that nobody really has a tie to, you know, with the Toronto Blue Jays. So I'm going to be interested to see what the numbers are. But the real problem in baseball is Pittsburgh. It's the teams that refuse to go out there and spend a legitimate amount of money on their product. And we have seen, Dusty, like if you spend, people will show up to the ballpark. I don't want to hear these guys crying poor that they're not spending and nobody's coming to the games. Nobody's going to the games because you put out a bad product.
And they're still making money.
And they're still making money on this thing. Yeah.
Show me your records and prove to me that you're not making money.
Well, when you start asking people to show the books, nobody wants to do that. The NFL's lucky.
Because that's where the truth is.
Right. The NFL. Well, actually, the Braves have to show your books now because they are a publicly traded company. So you can make judgments off of the Braves, right?
And I guarantee you that number is significantly higher than anyone in the right mindset would be like, oh, wow, they made how much money?
Well, yeah, because you look at the complex that they built and that the Royals are going to build at 119th, where you generate all that money from rent and real estate and bars and restaurants and all of that.
Like Kyle Tucker in the offseason because we won't make – okay, well, then show me your records of last year when you called up a kid named Caglione that's never played a Major League game, and I guarantee you made at least $1 million off that kid.
Yeah, probably so.
And merchandise and tickets sold and all that.
Yeah.
I drove to St. Louis through a damn tornado.
Yeah.
Like, you think other people drove this? Even if you didn't make what – everybody, you still make money, and if you're going to tell me and sit here and tell him blue in my face, like, well, we can't do that, we can't afford that. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes,
Show me
your
numbers. Show me the numbers that you make, and I guarantee you I can figure out a way.
But now, once this new stadium and village is built around the stadium, Dusty, you're 100% right. There's no more excuses for why they can't go out and sign somebody. And not that John Sherman has made those excuses, because he hasn't. As the owner of this team, he came in and he told Dayton right away, here, go spend money. Now, there wasn't much to spend on, and that's why you got, like, who was the guy that was Carlos Santana and some of those guys, because there wasn't much out there, and then COVID happened and all that. But I don't think, from everything we've seen from John Sherman, he's never complained about the money situation and being poor and all that kind of stuff. They've actually gone out there and spent more than other organizations have gone out there and spent, and that's a good thing. And once the new stadium and complex gets built, then it's really time to turn up the heat and say, okay, now let's go. Let's be a player with some of these big-time free agents, because the city has given you everything you need, the stadium, the real estate, all the ways to develop and generate money 365 and pour that back into the team. And John will pour that back into the team. I know he will pour that back into the team. team because he wants to win. And so that's why you get excited about that new stadium, because it's going to give you an opportunity to go out and get some of these good players that maybe we weren't going to get in the past, but now we have these other areas to generate revenue, and then they're going to go on strike and shut it all down. And that's the other thing that's hanging over the head, because as soon as the World Series is over, man, we got a year to get this thing figured out and to move this thing in the right direction and to not have a work stoppage where any sort of spring training or any sort of the regular season is missed, because you won't get your fans back. People still complain about 94.
Everybody's back, and nobody's complaining about the Chiefs right now, plus some injury news, some free agency news, and Andy Reid talking more about what is this backfield for the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll get you all of it here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Take advantage of the nice fall weather and schedule your consultation with the outdoor living specialists at Powell Exteriors KC so you can enjoy the weather in style and comfort. Imagine watching football on your new deck, protected from the elements, and you'll have the confidence of Powell Exterior KC's 10-year workmanship warranty, easy financing, and pay no interest until 2027. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com today and experience the power of KC's exterior experts.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a pro football no sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right. With a no sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a no-sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. On the Missouri East Side, 70 westbound Oak Grove, heavy into Grain Valley. Construction up earlier built some delays. Past all that, things move pretty well. Trip from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. They have been in business since 2012, offering residential service and project work like commercial and router service. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Well, it's not always great news after a great win. Looks like we lost a guy for a whole year.
That sucks. This really sucks.
Yeah, Norman Lott, ACL. This has you kind of fuming because you think it's dirty.
I do. I mean, there was a personal foul on the play, and all Raider fans waded into my mention, it happened after the play and all this kind of stuff. There's still a cheap shot on that play that got flagged for 15 yards for Norman Lear, and I'm pissed because he was starting to come on. He was starting to really play. They were going to utilize him, and now we've got to go out and now have to acquire a defensive tackle because we need.
He's the young daddy that stuck Jalen Hurts,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. He come across the middle and blew that guy up. Like, let's go, Norman Lear. And now he's done for the year because of a cheap shot in Oakland Raider football team. And he's going to be, rehabbing. Who knows how good he's going to be next year? Now we're potentially talking year 3 before we see a fully healthy, ready to go Omar Norman Lott out there on the field. And now, I think, and I haven't talked to anybody about this yesterday because I was doing some other things, but I feel like now you're in a sprint to go out there and find a defensive tackle. You may need to find 2 because even before this injury, we were talking last week, hey, go get a defensive tackle, need defensive line help, go out there and do that. And now you lose one of your best young players, and now you're sitting there going, okay, now we probably need to acquire 2 defensive tackles right now for where this team is, or really splurge and go out and get a big-time name if that guy ends up becoming available. Anybody on the Dolphins is now free to go get. And so I just think it puts the Chiefs in a bad situation, but I'm pissed about the way that happened with the cheap shot and a 15-yard penalty, man. Like, screw you, Raiders. Well, 72-0 next time.
Mac has an insider working on somebody who might be coming to Chiefs because, what is it? Coincidence? I think not that Cullen Saunders was smashing burn-ins and talking about how they're the greatest thing ever invented.
Greatest invention to mankind, burn-ins.
Yeah.
Really,
where's he at now? Carolina? Or is he out of football? Or
no, is he still in New Orleans?
Is he still in New Orleans?
The hell if I know.
Yeah.
I know he's eating burn-ins.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know there's a lot of Kansas City ties to that tweet.
Where was he eating the burnt ends at? Was he he didn't mention where he was?
He just, out of nowhere.
Oh, he's in Jacksonville. I forgot. Yep.
Oh, that's right. He does play with Jacksonville. Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing him before the game down there. So maybe you make a
picked
trade.
off Mahomes last year in the end zone.
That's right, he did.
Rumbling and stumbling.
That's right.
And he's been like healthy scratches. Like they're not even using him.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I always
they're
thought.
using him as bait. You want $1?
Yeah.
Maybe quicker than that.
Yeah, it's like Jacoby Myers didn't play in that Raiders game.
Oh, and you talk about another healthy scratch, right? You're starting to see, like, those are the things you need to look for, which I'm surprised with Jacksonville because, well, since they beat the Chiefs, they have been 8 quarters of lifeless Jacksonville
that's also a very
football.
tough defensive line to get in the rotation of.
Sure it is.
Like,
Yeah.
they have a very good defensive front, and it's...
Does everybody have a good defensive front now in the NFL? I mean, it seems like everybody we talk about, look at that defensive front. Look at this defensive front, right?
Not the
It's
Raiders,
crazy.
am I right? Yeah, I mean, you just you're just part of the game that adapts, right? Like you see different variations of athletes. Like the receiver one, the well is still rich, right? That well out of college is just still
out of
Purdue.
college,
I mean,
it's going to be nuts.
I mean, we did the example last week with LSU, like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Joe Burrow, and then you're like, yeah, and then 3 years later, it's Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Neighbors, and Jaden Daniels. And you're like, heard that, so that's great. But no, I think defensive line is one of those things that you see Aaron Donald, right?
Yeah.
The trailblazer of it. Him and Chris Jones are two guys that really didn't, they weren't like the sexiest guy in the Aaron Donald, not the sexiest position in the room, but all of a sudden you think about the way quarterbacks play today, where they can sit back and they run that RPO. Well, how do you stop that? You have a force in front that can blow that up. How do you do that? You go find an athletic kid. Hey, if you do this, like your body type, you can probably get drafted in the first 10 picks and be a defensive. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, defensive guys, that sells. So you look at, the 3 most important positions in the game of football: quarterback, left tackle, D end.
Yeah, D-line, I think, is
I would say D-end.
all of D-line
Like,
now
what's
maybe
this
up there,
D-line
right?
without Chris Jones?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Zero.
Well,
Zero.
we saw it in the Jacksonville game.
Right.
Yeah, when he took the night off.
When he's
we did.
standing there, yeah.
We
It's
saw
nothing.
this defensive line without Chris Jones when he took the night off. It was
And
a
you
zero.
saw how he just absolutely that poor man who wears number 68 for the silver and black. I unfortunately had to
my
watch that
God.
sack video, and I mean, I have never seen, unless it's at like a rally where you watch those videos, a grown man get their ass kicked.
I mean, that
the
was
way Chris Jones literally. That's the end of your career.
He blew that guy right by the quarterback,
did
then
the
came
BBL
back and got.
stinky.
Yeah, he did. He did that.
Go
yeah.
watch the video of Chris
He did.
Jones.
No, he did.
sack.
Right? He did. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. BBL stinky.
that guy can't play football anymore.
Yeah, that guy's done. I mean, I've never seen anything like that where you
Dude,
pushed
just-
the offensive lineman right past the quarterback, threw him away, came back and got the quarterback and sacked him. Like, that was an incredible sack
I mean,
by
good
Chris Jones.
Lord.
It was outstanding. But, back to, again, to bring this thing full circle, you've got opportunity out there now to go add on the defensive line. And I say you have the opportunity out there. It's now a need. It's a major need now for this team. And look, what do they do when they have a major need? They fill that major need. So I'm not doubting. I'm not questioning. I'm not thinking they're not going to go out there and get defensive line help, because now, time does become of the essence, if you will, because you lost Omar Norman Lear. I mean, it really does suck. Like, I'm pissed about this injury more than I've ever been pissed. Like, if you blow a hammy or the collarbone last night, like we saw with Mike Evans and things like that happen during a game. But this stuff with the Raiders being cheap shot artists and whatnot along that offensive line really pisses me off. That's an injury that could have been prevented in that game.
I mean, he was injured before that happened. It was dirty, but I don't think that caused the injury personally. But
we'll never know.
I mean, you can watch the video. I think it was pretty evident that he was hurt before, but we're getting texts multiple now. Jeffrey Simmons, I do not think that's going to happen. That is such a big swing.
Why
He
do you
paid
have to
so
be
much
Richard, dude?
I
Don't
know.
rain on my parade.
Well, let's talk
I've
about
been on Jeffrey Simmons. I've been on this political stunt for the last 3 weeks because we buried the running backs. We don't. That's done.
Yeah, I told you that weeks ago. We're not going to get a running back.
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't need that. We got Rashard Smith, future Alvin Kamara. How you done?
And then in 4 years, we'll have the next Rashard Smith, the 7th round draft pick. It's just rinse, repeat, right?
Still need to draft a running back next year. That's a different topic.
Yes.
It is, but they're not spending draft capital on a running back this year.
And I'll prove it because this is Andy Reid talking about it.
Yeah, I've always believed you need 3 guys. I just think, we've normally used all 3 when we've had them. I've done that for a lot of years now, and they're all contributing in their own way. I think it's important for Pop to get in there and get going. He is the best when he does that. Kareem understands that. and Kareem gets to pick and kind of choose where he goes in there, or we're able to pick and choose where he goes in there. So, and then Smith gives you a whole different, it's a different deal because he had played the wide receiver position at Miami, so University of Miami before he got to SMU. So his ability to catch the ball and on screens and those type of things is good, and he's got the protections down now, so he can stand back there and still protect. He's not quite as strong as the other guys. If you had to pick something where he can get better at, he's going to need an offseason to get even stronger than what he is to tote it every play. So, but he'll work on that. He's a pretty diligent kid.
He can join me at the J in lifting weights, too, if he wants to get stronger this offseason. I got the Maloney Flex going on right
Let's
now.
go.
Let's do this. Couple of things there from
Stuffed
Andy.
mushrooms will get you there.
Ooh, I tell
They
you
won't,
what.
but they're damn good.
They are really good. The pizza rolls at Maloney's fire. Yeah.
Mac.
Mac,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, like, take a cinnamon roll and coat it in cheese and sauce and pepperoni.
Yes.
That's a pizza roll at Maloney's, my God.
Cinnamon roll?
Yeah, you take like a cinnamon roll.
Why's it got to be sweet?
It's not sweet, but it's like
the dough
The
he
dough.
needs.
It's like
Yeah, yeah,
circled
yeah.
like a
Oh,
cinnamon
cinnamon
roll.
roll.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes. And then
Got
instead of
it.
the cinnamon and sugar, you put the cheese,
Gotcha.
the pepperoni, the sauce.
It is really good.
It's unbelievable.
How
They
much
got
ranch did you dip yours in, Mac?
Oh, you did.
on, man.
You drank
Oh,
the
man.
ranch, didn't you?
Of course.
Yeah, guzzling ranch. There's nothing more Midwestern than that. Mac's like, what is all that white stuff on your lips, Mac? It's ranch. Yeah, it is ranch. But
Pounded this week.
couple of things from Andy though. Like you're not getting a running back. We told you that weeks ago. We said that weeks ago that they're not going to
Jeffrey
waste
Simmons.
those picks on a running back. And
Third round pick for Simmons.
well, obviously, but I don't know that it's Tennessee. They may be that stupid.
Right.
They fired Vrabel and the whole 9 yards. But it's 3 running backs. We've got those 3. That was a subtle call out of Isaiah Pacheco, guys. I don't know if you caught that as well. He said in that, and they called him Pop, but he said it's important for Pop to get in there and get going. Take the over on Pop rushing yards this week. I think that is the subtle, here's what we're going to do against the Washington football team. It's time for Pop to get going, right? Rice got going last week. We've seen Brashard Smith get going. Kelsey's gotten, everybody's gotten going this year, but Isaiah Pacheco, right? We really haven't seen him explode. I got a feeling that was a subliminal message right there that they're going to try to get Pop going this week against Washington.
I think the 2 things I got from that audio from Andy, number 1 was Brashard Smith is starting to recognize, protection.
That was the other thing I was going to bring up
massive.
too. You're going to see a lot more playing time out of that
Because you can
kid.
go back to Terez days, you can go back to Tysher days, Nate Taylor days now, Pete Sweeney days. They will all tell you, how does a running back get involved in the offense?
Block.
Can he block? That's the number 1 step. Maybe that's for everybody as a head coach. Maybe not. But that's Andy Reid's, that's what do they tell you in Radio Mac? You got to learn the board and then you can crack the mic. And that's what we were always told when we got into this building or whatever building it was. You've got to learn how to be a producer. Then you can
That's
move
right.
forward.
You work your way up and you learn the
Because
basics,
If you learn to block, you can learn where people are, all that sort of stuff. So that was important to me. The other one is that, we were basically told there what Kareem Hunt's role officially is.
Yeah, you got Kareem Hunt's role right there.
He goes, he'll let us know, his situation. Wait a minute. We'll let him know when he's going to. It's like, okay, so short yardage, goal line yardage, Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem gets to pick and choose where he goes in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. We're able to, we're able to pick and choose.
Maybe what we're seeing now is Kareem took one thing from Isaiah Pacheco, and that is Kareem's your closer.
Yeah, maybe he is. And Isaiah Pacheco, maybe he's pissed about that.
Maybe
I
your
don't know.
opener is Pacheco, your closer is Kareem, and then you've got this crazy-ass young kid in Brashard Smith who is the electric one.
Yeah.
And his number 1 goal is to get stronger and continue to know how to pick up those zone read blocks and all that sort of stuff. And also, they already know that they can what he has. It's so crazy. What he has, they don't have. What they have, he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Whereas they have the strength and the short yardage, tough guy stuff. They've got that. But where Brashard Smith has the youth and the explosiveness that they don't have, they have that. And like Andy and you have just described there, out of those 3, you have the perfect formation. You have a Bijan Robinson. It's just 3 guys, not 1.
That's exactly right. And it's better that way because you have 3 and not 1. One guy gets hurt, you're done for the year. You've got 3 running backs that you can count on at that position. Okay, you've got the ability to go to somebody else. And don't forget, as much as people don't want, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the practice squad. If something were to happen, they would elevate him, and he would have
Elijah
an
Mitchell
opportunity.
still exists
And
as
Elijah
well.
Mitchell is still on the practice squad as well.
Yeah, best job in the world for him.
Yeah, in name only. You're
or
right.
Fulton.
Yeah. yeah, Fulton too. I mean, like that guy's still out there, but we don't need that guy. I mean, but
I'd love to have him.
You'd like to. You'd like to from a depth perspective, but right now, how good are these defensive backs playing right now? I mean, Noel Williams has just been outstanding. Watson's been unbelievably awesome out there for this team.
Yeah.
Trent McDuffie, you barely hear from, and that's a great thing, you know.
Roland Wallace.
Yeah, Chris Roland Wallace out there making plays. Like you'd love to have another guy back there doing their thing like Fulton, but I mean, he's kind of like what Jalen Moore ended up being. Maybe at some point we will need Fulton, but right now we don't. But when we do, and if we do, you got a veteran guy that you can count on and bring in to kind of fill a hole, and that's how you build kind of depth on this roster. That's what Brett Veach has been so good at, is building that depth. I mean, where would we be without Jalen Moore right now? This team has not missed a beat without that guy on the offensive line.
Been awesome.
I mean, Kingsley has come on in such an unbelievable way over the last 12 quarters or so, and then Jawan Taylor's been a stud.
Shout out Jawan Taylor.
Finally,
baby.
we're vindicated, I think,
Let's
Mac,
go.
right? Like, you and I are finally vindicated on this one. We weren't for a while, but I feel like we've been vindicated on this stuff with Jawan Taylor. He's been the best offensive tackle in the NFL for the last 3 weeks.
He looks amazing.
Vindicated is a great song by Dashboard Confessional.
It's a great band.
Spider-Man theme. Spider-Man 2. You were going to say something about...
Pacheco?
Yeah.
Oh, he's played over 50. Like to your point, Bob, he's played over 50% of the snaps in every game but one, and that was the game where they basically didn't have to play the second half against the Ravens. So.
Yeah, or the Raiders. You know?
And he still was over 50% in that game.
Right, yeah. And so that's a good thing. It's
good.
It's a great thing, actually. If you can get by utilizing your running backs the way that we do, it's the perfect world because there's so much wear and tear. The blocking itself, gets you beat up all the time. And so if you can have 3 guys that you can count on, I mean, that's really – and 3 guys, 2 of them kind of similar, but that third one, man, he is completely different than everybody else. I think we're just going to see his role continue to grow. And that's what Andy Reid was saying there when he's like, he's got the protections down. That's another subliminal kind of like, get ready. We're getting more Rashard Smith out there because now he's got the protections down. We feel like we can trust him in any situation. And now it's going to screw up the defense because, well, maybe you thought he was only going to be in passing situations, and now it's a running situation. So there's just so much more that you can do now that Rashard Smith is like kind of competent with picking up blocks. I love that, man. I'm excited about these running backs moving forward.
Well. Look where we find ourselves at once again. Keep your voices quiet, but your thoughts loud. That's the sign on the front door. It's a very heavy breathe. As we enter the Likens Library.
Ooh.
That's right.
Reading some of these books.
You like them?
I like some of these titles, yeah. Sorry.
Shut up, Mac. It's a library.
Sir.
Get bent.
I will break your microphone like I did to start the show. Just kidding. I didn't do that.
Yeah, who did that?
Sorry.
I'm blaming Binkley.
Here
comes the text.
That
guy's an idiot, man.
Yeah. All right. Better side character so far this year. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson. Running backs don't get love. They don't get checked out a lot.
Yeah,
right?
side
Those books stay on the shelf.
It's true.
I'm going to say Bijan Robinson.
Me too.
Boy, did you see that Gibbs kid last night?
So fun. So fun.
Be cool to have one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 in the NFL, so there's 28
luck.
other teams that don't have one.
Both top 15
How did he
picks.
do against the Chiefs, though?
Crickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we done with Tampa now?
MVP's over.
Yeah, MVP's
Well,
over.
yes.
We know that.
You know who's winning the MVP this year? That's right. I'm going to yell it from the rooftops. Patrick Mahomes!
All right, he's kicked out. He's done. Can't be in the library doing that. That can't happen. Better underrated story available for checkout. St. Brown, JSN.
I'm going to go JSN because I don't think St. Brown is an underrated story.
Nobody
you know what I'm
talks
saying?
about him.
You're right, and the Chiefs, kind of body bagged him last week too. By the way,
9 for 42.
But JSN is a guy you play out there. Yeah, we forget about you, So I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go JSN.
Yeah, I think he has a higher ceiling too. I'll go JSN.
St. Brown,
he's so good.
9 touchdowns this year, or 8 touchdowns.
Does he really?
It's very high.
Wow.
It's amazing, and you still go back to what the Chiefs did to him. I mean, continue to pull that Detroit game out for people when they want to talk about the Chiefs not being any good.
They locked him up.
Cool it. Yeah, here we go. St. Brown had another first touchdown scorer last night. Very, very fun bet when the Lions play. First score touchdown.
St. Brown.
St. Brown every time.
Yeah, 27-yard catch there.
Yep. St. Brown, he has now 8 touchdowns in the season.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot. That's a season. If you get 8 for a year, that's a good year.
And nobody's talking about it. Yeah, but you can check out the book of Monroe St. Brown or ask Chris Jones. He might still be checking it out, trying to figure out the title. I kid. Better coach story this year. Shane Steichen, Kyle Shanahan.
That's Kyle Shanahan. I'm in love. I really am. Like, you're 5-2. You've lost everybody.
Not everybody.
It makes me so happy to hear you say that, Bob, because you've trashed him in the past, and he's one of my favorites. But I am going to go with Shane Steichen just because, I mean, my God, Daniel Jones?
Well, let's slow our roll on that guy.
I get you, but we're 7 weeks in.
I know, it's still.
When do I not slow the roll?
When he loses 42-0 to the Chiefs.
Okay. I'll wait for it. He looks good. I'll go Steichen.
Better veteran story. Christian McCaffrey, Matthew Stafford.
I'm going to go Stafford. We all wrote him off at the beginning of the year with the back injury. We all sat here and go, he's hurt. He's done.
They were my Super Bowl pick, so I was not that. But you guys did do that.
Yeah.
Rams, Chiefs, Super Bowl pick. I'll go CMC.
I need you to lower your voice and stop trying to throw shots in the library.
But CMC also, like, he's up, he's down, he's up, he's down. Like every other year, he's comeback player of the year. Like I'm going the other way on this. I'm going with Matthew Stafford.
Dusty has a fun CMC take later, I believe, in this show.
I sure do.
Fun tease.
We can talk normal when we do that one. More boring story. One you're kind of done with, right? You can put that book on the shelf and never read it again.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos or the Chargers?
Both.
Oh.
Yeah, because Denver, I mean, actually, it's the Chargers. I mean, if you really want it, like every year, it's the same song and dance with these guys.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not a good team.
That's true.
Did you see Harbaugh yesterday not being able to give an answer? What do you like about your defense? And he pulled a Mike McDaniel. And then went silent.
Wow.
I mean, it's an unbelievable soundbite. Yeah.
I'll have to pull that. All right.
And then the Denver story, it is very boring. But
I think you're right, though. We see this every year.
It's every year
with the Chargers. They won the division in the offseason, and now they're all hurt. And
it's the same story every year with them.
Good Lord,
and I don't think Denver is very good.
Neither.
Over the top volume.
They just took advantage of the Giants utterly collapsing and the Eagles not showing up either in the fourth quarter. Good for Denver for taking advantage of it.
No doubt.
But
Pro Football commentators said yesterday that every week in the fourth quarter, the Denver Broncos get a shot of Bo Simpic, or they're doing Bo Kane.
That's really good.
Last one, better surprise story. It's gonna hurt you to say one of them. New England Patriots or the Pittsburgh Steelers. It worked. It's working with Tomlin and Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Vrabel's got them number 1 in the division.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by either. I mean, Mac and I were like kind of high on the Patriots going into the season, and I'm always high on Pittsburgh. So, but I'll go with New England, I think, because I think the rest of the country is probably pretty surprised that they turned that thing around fast. But that's what happens when you have a real head coach. I mean, it makes such a difference.
Yeah, I'll go Pittsburgh. I just thought they finally would lose more games than it's just ridiculous. The point differential's negative again. It's just they do this every year. I shouldn't be surprised, but I am.
And that is the Likens Library on a Tuesday. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL games all season long. Kicking off with the next week juicy matchup on CBS. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. We'll come back on the other side. We will dive into more of a tough Tuesday for a bunch of guys out there here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park and Go do an unbelievable job when it comes to airport parking. Every spot is covered, first and foremost, and their customer service just can't be beat by anybody out there. And one of the things that you need when you're going to the airport is to get to the terminal on time, right? Well, with Park and Go, you're never going to have an issue getting to the terminal on time because Park and Go meets you at your parking spot as soon as you pull into that lot. You've made your reservation right after you made your flight reservation at bookparkandgo.com, and then you prepaid to save money, right? So everything's all taken care of. Then on the day of your flight, you show up, and they direct you to that covered parking spot reserved for you. And as soon as you pull into that spot, the van pulls in behind you, they grab your bags, and it's off to the terminal you go. You're never waiting for that bus to show up. And that's the same when you get home, too. Everybody's tired when they get back. They just want to get home. Well, Park and Go makes that possible. Grab your bags, walk outside. Hey, there's the bus. Jump on it right back to the trunk of your car. Do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and that cool weather's moving in, that hot weather's moving out, but keep it hot in the bedroom. And if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, just remember that ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies. And that's what Heartland Men's Health does. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider and a T and PSA test. And if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Football season is big beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouthwatering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you, you. It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergen X and Low T Center can help you reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergen X or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like the other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is just right for you. Treatment is covered by most major insurance with affordable self-pay options available as well. The best you is waiting. Book a free T-test at trtmvp.com.
Hey, it's Brian Baldwin here. At the Home Depot, Makita tools are built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts, who know the job's only done when it's done right. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year, performance that pays off. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan. During halftime or overtime, from spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Fast cars, barbecue, and live music. Bring the family for Burnouts, a car show, Kids Zone, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. It's Boost and Barbecue next Friday, October 24th and Saturday, October 25th at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under are free. Online at boostandbbq.com. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase this Thursday, October 23rd at J. Rieger and Company Distillery, Missouri side 71 northbound, starting to check in a little slow. You hit some slowdowns around 87th, and it stays that way up towards Gregory. Discover the latest plumbing and trade solutions with companies like A.O. Smith and 20-plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase this Thursday, October 23rd, 3 to 6 at J. Rieger and Company Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
We'll get to a Tough Tuesday here in just a little bit, but I do want to do a little bit of my job. We talked about JSN a little bit in the library, right? About how he's just absolutely going nuts. Schefter tweeted this out about 28 minutes ago. For the third time in a row, Jackson Smith-Njigba has 100 receiving yards and a touchdown catch, breaking a tie for the longest streak in Seahawks history. He leads the NFL with 819 receiving yards. No other player has 700 plus, and has set a new mark for the most in a 7-game span in Seahawks history. He has now accounted for 46% of the team's receiving yards, the highest rate in the NFL.
Wow, that is crazy. That is just absolutely insane.
Balling 8 for 123 on Bill last night.
I mean, that's a hell of a line that you read right there. And what happens if he gets hurt? Is Seattle decimated then, right then and there?
Cooper Kupp, Charbonnet, and Kenny Walker.
Yeah, not like that though.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
what do the Chiefs do? Mahomes gets hurt.
Yeah, exactly. But it's different though because it's Seattle. It's their wide receiver. You know, if he goes down, then who you have backing up? Patrick Mahomes goes down as your quarterback. Every team is done, with your quarterback going down. So if you're Seattle, you're probably looking for reinforcements maybe at that wideout position. This trade deadline.
So who was he with at Ohio State? Was it Olave?
Yeah,
and Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yep, all three at the same time. Yep, different drafts, but all there
No
at
wonder
the same time.
C.J. Stroud was good.
It's crazy.
Hey, who are you throwing it to this week? I don't know. Future Pro Bowler?
All good people?
Yeah.
And I think it was Olave who always was like, JSN's the best of us. I think he always said that.
Justin Jefferson, when he got drafted the year of COVID, Jamar Chase decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked him, how much do you – he goes, you think I'm good? Where do you see the guy that's coming out next year?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Was always Chase.
They're both pretty good.
Yeah, just absolutely. Number 1, number 2 in the game. JSN
sure.
number 3, St. Brown number 4, CeeDee Lamb number 5. You mad at that list?
For this season, I'm not mad at that list.
Okay.
Who would you say number 1 overall, though? You said for this season.
For this season, I think.
No. If you're not, you said I'm not mad at this list for this season.
Oh, yeah. I would change CD above those two. I'd put CD at 3 if we weren't just doing this.
You put CD above JSN, then JSN at 4.
Yep.
And then you'd have St. Brown at 5.
Probably. I'd have to think if it's. Yeah, I think it.
And Tyreek Hill's number 1. You said.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. Yep.
Now he's over here glazing about the Chiefs.
He was talking about his team and then went into the Chiefs.
That's right.
He's a lost soul.
Also, Fescoe, one of your favorite nuggets. Today is
chicken.
It's chicken.
Yeah.
October 21st, National Apple Day.
Oh, good. I like that. Yeah.
So you can have a 10-minute conversation. What's the best apple?
You
Granny
absolutely
Smith?
can. Granny Smith is yours.
Red Delicious or Granny Smith?
I like these Cosmic Crisp that are out there right now. You find those over at Hy-Vee all the time. I love the Cosmic Crisp. I also like the Honey Crisp.
I was going to say like a Honey Crisp.
is
But
good.
the Honey Crisp, I got a story about the Honey Crisp apple. Okay, obviously you're like, okay, so it was the 2012 Chiefs season, right? And God love you, Pam Kramer, who's now in charge of the World Cup, right? She's in charge of the World Cup, and she was kind of filling in for the Chiefs when they needed an adult in the room in the PR department, right? And it was a mess. And Todd Haley and Scott Pioli was like, we need a grown up around here. So they called Pam Kramer, who's one of the most unbelievable people on planet Earth, right? And she kind of took over the PR role, and she like started bringing me these apples, these Honeycrisp apples. I'm like, these are the best things ever. So she would always bring me a Honeycrisp apple, and I love her for it. And that's how I got exposed to the Honeycrisp apple. And
That's
then,
cool.
they're like, anytime they were on sale, hey, Honeycrisp are on sale at Hy-Vee this week. We can stock up and do all that kind of stuff. And so since like 2012, I've been in love with the Honeycrisp apple. But that Cosmic Crisp is making a huge, huge run right now to be the number one apple. The Fuji apple can go get bent. That apple sucks. The Royal Gala apple sucks. It's always mealy. It's never any good. The Red Delicious is like your old standby. You're always going to get a good apple. The Granny Smith, you must like tart stuff because it's too tart for me. Get bent. Mac, your apple of choice?
I think Honeycrisp, yeah. I think that's me. I'm pretty simple.
It's crispy. It's delicious.
Wonderful.
It is almost the perfect apple.
It's like the weather this morning. It's also International Nacho Day.
Oh, International Nacho Day. So this is being celebrated like all over the world.
Better believe it. It is Tuesday, so you could have nachos and call it Taco Tuesday.
You could. I just want to win, Jen.
And then it's also National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day.
Oh, you got to be kidding. Wow. That is a winner right there, man.
They have one at Popeyes, and it's in a little circle.
Pumpkin cheesecake at Popeyes?
I believe so.
Wow. Am I not surprised by that? Way to go, Popeyes.
Yeah.
Best chicken sandwich in the game. And
they were the first, right?
Chick-fil-A probably.
No, but when we had that chicken sandwich war that was occurring, back in like...
they started the trend.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
They did.
And then it's also Back to the Future Day.
Oh, it is. That's right. Yeah.
Marty,
heavy.
you're going to see some serious blank.
October 21st, 1955.
Yep. Such a good movie.
Did you? I mean, like, who doesn't want to go back to the future, right? Like, how cool would that be to have that time machine? That was my favorite movie series growing up as a kid, man. It was like, and then you had to wait 4 years for Back to the Future, too. That was an eternity back in the day.
I'd like to know how long it took for me to get created.
For you to get created?
Mm-hmm. I want to know if it was a one-night thing.
Or
if it was like
oh my God.
Or if it was like a morning session.
Yeah.
Like, where did Dusty get created? You were a drunk Wednesday night. Makes sense.
One for us was in Vegas, and the other was in St. Louis when we had like 20 minutes to, just kind of...
The return to innocence.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a Tough Tuesday here on 96.5 The Fan. Mac, I believe your name is... Oh, no, my name's at the top.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, wow. This comes from Clutch Points. My Tough Tuesday is baseball.
A what?
Yep. This comes from Clutch Points. My Tough Tuesday is MLB baseball, man.
Right.
The LA Dodgers invested heavily in Shohei Ohtani. We all know that. We talked about this earlier. The rest of MLB, you are my Tough Tuesday because you can all do this. I'm done. Owners, show me your books. Don't tell me that you can't make money. Don't tell me that it's impossible. Don't tell me it's a pipe dream to go get a Mike Trout, to go get a Shohei Ohtani. B-effing-S. BFS Stinky right there for you. 700
BBL Stinky.
Again, 700 million ticket sales, merchandise, marketing deals overseas. You name it, the Dodgers got it. When you have the top player playing in the top market, everyone gets paid top dollar. Player is happy, ownership is happy, the league is happy. Unfortunately, yes, this is the Dodgers, but Shohei Ohtani is a national superstar.
Yeah.
He is a international superstar. When Ohtani came to baseball, it was never the conversation of, oh my gosh, will he be the best Japanese baseball player of all time? The hell with Ichiro. The hell with all those guys in the past. This was, is he going to be the best baseball player ever? And he is. My Tough Tuesday is the rest of baseball because you have an opportunity to go out there and do it. Don't tell me that you can't. Show me your books when you say that.
Yeah, let's go. And he's speaking, of course, to the teams in Pittsburgh, Miami, all these other losers out there that just don't spend money and try to tell everybody that they don't have any to spend. My Tough Tuesday goes to the Jay Binkleys of the world out there. Those who have enjoyed the doubleheaders on ESPN, they may finally be coming to a close on ESPN because if the new deal is approved by the federal government that gives the NFL 10% of ESPN, then they will be getting rid of the doubleheader games, and ESPN will be getting more games on Saturdays. There'll be probably a new standalone game that gets created because right now ESPN has 21 NFL games that have to be standalone games. If they get this deal done together with the NFL, they will then have 28 games, and they say that they will not be doing doubleheaders on Monday night anymore, which is good because I just don't think we need them. So if this thing does not get approved by the federal government, they have to approve all this kind of stuff, and give the NFL the ability to own 10% of ESPN, then we're done with doubleheaders on Monday night. That's a reason alone to approve this deal.
Woo! Dr. Magenstein, tough Tuesday?
Game was over at midnight last night.
Imagine being a Seattle fan last night, the emotions you went through.
It's insane.
Imagine being on the East Coast and trying to watch one of those games. Midnight here, it's 1 a.m.
Now I understand why everybody that works at the East Coast doesn't know that the other half of the nation exists.
Yeah, you're in bed.
It's ridiculous. Mike McDaniels is going full Todd Haley. The Dolphins, they have to fire him.
Did he grow a beard?
Well, he's saying, Tua is going to be the starter, but he's not going to throw 10 picks this time. I mean, he's just saying anything. He's throwing people under the bus. He's pissed. He don't give an F no more, and he's lost a leash, and, yeah, they've got to let him loose.
Have you seen how bad it is, though, at the quarterback situation down there? Zach Wilson's so bad. How bad is he? He's now the third-string quarterback in Miami. His NFL career's over.
Is he a number 1 overall?
No, 3.
3 over, yeah.
Jeez. Again, these teams fail quarterbacks, and they also didn't know how to evaluate during COVID.
He threw one pass on air. Threw one pass.
Who was the guy that got drafted 2 overall?
For the national championship.
Well, no, I'm talking Zach Wilson. That one pass on a pro day.
Oh, yeah, the Mahomes throw.
The Mahomes throw. That did it, man. That did it.
Who was the guy? Lance, Trey Lance or somebody was drafted number 2 overall?
Yep, Trey Lance from the Niners.
They were all in that same year. Binkley's been on this since COVID happened. They don't know how to evaluate quarterbacks.
Draft?
Yeah. Or I guess it would be 2021.
I think. Yeah, 21.
Yeah, because 2020 was Burrow went number 1 overall.
Mm-hmm. And we had plenty to go on in 2020.
Yeah, 100%.
It was the 2021 draft that got kind of wanky.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain II, Devonta Smith, Justin Fields, Micah Parsons.
Every quarterback there stinks.
Mac Jones went 15th.
Every quarterback there stinks.
Lawrence is the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, look at that. That's because these guys didn't play games. Mm-hmm. Nobody knew what to evaluate, and they went and listened to the experts, I guess, who know the expert draft guys. Oh, this guy's a can't miss. Really? Most of them are misses.
That's why Brett Veach's like, we're gonna go ahead and get out of this first round. No need.
There's nobody here.
We'll take Creed in the second round late.
Yeah, I mean, just go and do something different. But yeah, that's it right there in a nutshell, man. No good quarterbacks came out of that draft. So Mike Daniels, I hope he grows a beard. But if you were going to fire him, wouldn't you have already done that by now?
I agree.
Unless there's some sort of money issue, the longer you wait, the less you owe. Something
maybe
like that.
There obviously is that, but I mean. In the NFL, though, they don't really care about that kind of stuff. I'll tell you one thing, though.
With Miami, whoever they play, just bet the other team heavy. Bet the spread.
I mean,
bet it.
Yeah, they play at Atlanta this week.
That's why I don't think
Is it in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yes. Dome team?
Yep.
Atlanta sucks outside of the dome. Inside the dome, track meet.
I just don't think they're firing Mike McDaniel. They would have done that already. It's been so bad. I think they're bouncing on Tua at the end of the year. I think the owner really likes this guy and is going to give him an opportunity. And, he's like, look, man, I got this guy Tua. He's throwing his own team under the bus.
Coming up on the other side, Bob's got some stadium information for you to hear on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Creed Humphrey, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Underdog are back and in action in the state of Missouri. That's right. If you're in the state of Missouri, you can now play on the Underdog app. You can make entries and win money right now, today, this minute in the state of Missouri. And guess what? Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back. And Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the action. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. And get your entries right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you know what? Basketball season officially begins tonight. Football season's going on. The World Series is here. Do what I do. Combine selections from all the sports into one entry and see how you do. So download the Underdog app today and use promo code BOB to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Must be 18 and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Kansas City, it's time to turn up the heat. The Westport Sunfresh is back and better than ever. Now proudly part of the Cosentino Food Stores family. We're celebrating with a re-grand opening you won't want to miss. That means 3 full weeks of hot savings on the freshest produce, premium meats, and all your grocery favorites. Come experience the new and improved Westport Sunfresh, your neighborhood store, now with even more local love. Located in the heart of Westport, only at Cosentino's Westport Sunfresh.
Things are getting spooky in South Kansas City, but the deals at Robside Ford, they're scary good.
Just treats. From Broncos to Explorers to F-150s and commercial vehicles, we've got the inventory, the selection, and the lowest prices in Kansas City.
And no creepy sales tactics, just non-commissioned staff and real value.
Exactly. And while we're on the scary stuff, Kevin, your brisket from last weekend still haunts me.
Okay, dry rub shouldn't actually mean dry.
But here's the real flavor. KC's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google, 4.8 stars with nearly 3,000 reviews. Voted best car dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
If you want simple, upfront, and easy, Robside Ford is the treat you've been looking for. Visit 135th and State Line and buy right with Rob Sight.
Rob Sight Ford, ROBSIGHT.com. And Kevin, leave the cooking to us this Halloween.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
The 24 monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
When comfort's on the line, Anthony shows up. Same day, 24/7, even weekends and holidays. For a limited time, tankless water heaters starting at $88 per month. Schedule your complimentary proposal today at AnthonyPHCE.com.
The technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
Boostin' Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip. Online at boostinbarbecue.com.
The fastest streetcars, burnouts, car show, barbecue competition, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. I can fix it. Boost and Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under free. Tickets at boostandbarbecue.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side in Lee's Summit, US 50 westbound, slow from 291 south up to 3rd, where it bogs down and stays pretty heavy to around Shipman, then just sluggish into the 470 interchange. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Commanders on Monday night with pregame starting at 4, kickoff at 7:15 with Mitch, Danon, and Kling right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
Did you see the audio of that Jets fan, that young kid they interviewed? I hate this team. I was born into this. I hate this team. And I always support them, but I hate this team.
Yeah, but see, that's where you have to stop it right there. You have an opportunity to get out. Go pick another team. Just because your dad was foolish and followed his dad, because that's where we are now, doesn't mean you have to. Nobody alive has ever seen the Jets win anything.
But I was that way, at 13, 14. I hated everything about being the Chiefs.
Who did you pick?
Fan.
Did you have another team?
No, never. That's what I'm saying. I stuck with it.
Well, I think a lot of people in Kansas City went to the Yankees and Red Sox for a good portion of the 90s and 2000s, I don't blame them. You get out, man. If it's not good and it's not a good product, you don't have to support it.
Oh, no, I held pat.
Hell
I
yeah.
had a John Buck jersey. I had
Hell
a Mark
yeah.
Gredzalonic jersey.
Yeah.
I had a Carlos Beltran wristband that he sweat in that I sniffed the minute he gave it to me.
There you go. What do you have with that wristband right now?
It's in a box.
Yeah, exactly. I got so much stuff in a box. I don't know what to do.
Box.
Don't want to get rid of that Carlos Beltran wristband just in case he goes to Cooperstown.
Well, he gave me that wristband in the Truman Sports Complex.
Oh, you're Woo, right over the head of old Robert over here. Yeah, maybe the last time you get something about that Truman Sports Complex, right? We had Ty Masterson on, who's the Republican State Senate president over in the state of Kansas months ago, and he did an interview over the weekend, and he says that he is just now waiting for the official word from the Royals that it is a good to go out there at 119th and Null. We're moving it. We're moving west. We're moving out to Quivira. But he says this yesterday. He goes, it would be fantastic. I mean, I could already basically take a bird scooter now to the new stadium site at 119th and Null. But he says, I do know a majority of Royals fans are on our side of the fence, so it makes sense, Masterson said. Masterson says he believes that there are more Royals season ticket holders on the Kansas side than the Missouri side. The Royals haven't commented. 55% of Royals season ticket holders live within 5 miles of the Sprint campus. 70-some% of folks who attended more than one game live within a 10-mile radius of the Sprint campus. So, yes, you're going towards where the fans are. But this is the quote that Ty Masterson said. He chairs the LCC, which is basically the committee that will approve the Star Bonds, right? And he says, I'm anticipating being presented with a proposal from the Department of Commerce and the team either late November or early December, Masterson said. That's what I'm expecting. So the state of Kansas is expecting the team and the Department of Commerce to get that proposal. It's going to be after the local elections, which is in 2 weeks from today, right? They're waiting till those local elections are over. They want to get this thing done and ready to go. And if I was John Sherman, and I'm not, I wish I was, my goodness.
You'd be Juju Smith-Schuster.
I mean, yeah, that's right. John Sherman Smith-Schuster. That's his name. We told you guys that yesterday. Thanks, Kurt Nelson, for the hat tip on that one. But I will say that the elections are coming up in 2 weeks. They want to get that done. But with the World Series starting Friday, right? If I'm John Sherman, I'd want them to be talking about it during the World Series. So I would want to get it done sooner. And then immediately after the World Series is over, you have the general manager meetings. And then immediately after the general manager meetings, at the beginning, you have the winter meetings. So there are three major things. Exactly. There are three major things coming up for Major League Baseball. If you're the Royals, how do you steal the spotlight? You announce that stadium sooner rather than later. I would have loved to see the Royals do it this week, and that way you're going to be talked about during the World Series. Hey, the Royals are building a new stadium and all this kind of stuff, and you get that love, that way. And I think that would have been fantastic to have it done before the World Series started. But with these local elections taking place in 2 weeks, you'll wait till after that. But then you're the talk of the general manager meetings, right? You go down there on like November 16th or whatever it is. Everybody's talking about the Royals. You're the belle of the ball. You've got this new stadium that you're going to build. And then the winter meetings happen. You're the belle of the ball again. And so you get good publicity for getting this thing done sooner rather than later at some of the biggest events that Major League Baseball is having. And that's why I wish they would do it today. If I'm the Royals, do it today. Steal the World Series, from the Dodgers and the who? Oh, that's right. The Blue Jays. And make that stadium announcement. Now, some people will say North Kansas City. North Kansas City is a nice backup plan. You've been, out at night, and you've got, a nice lady that you've been talking to, and you're probably going to go home and maybe make a family with her at some point in your life. But you're always going to have that backup plan, right? North Kansas City is kind of that backup plan right now. If the Overland Park thing and the Kansas thing were to somehow fall through, you've got this backup plan now with North Kansas City. And that's kind of what that is right now. You always need a backup plan when it comes to anything in life, right? Everybody, you'd love to have a backup plan for everything. And so that's what the Royals are doing right now with North Kansas City, dotting I's, crossing T's, making sure in case something does fall through at the last minute in Overland Park, you've got that backup plan and you're ready to go. And it's also good for Clay County, I think, to be involved in this conversation, showing that they're open for business up there. You don't want to deal with Jackson County, right? Clay County's open for business, and that's a great thing. And if the Chiefs do decide to stay at Arrowhead and renovate, there's a good chance that Clay County land becomes the new Chiefs practice facility as well. So that's why it's good for Clay County to be involved in this, to show, hey, we're ready to go up here in Clay County. We're ready to be part of bigger things that are going on. And with Jackson County dropping the ball on anything, thank God Johnson and Clay are here going, hey, come to us. We got you.
So we're not going to know anything until at least January?
No. There's a January 24th deadline for the state of Missouri if the Chiefs want to renovate and put it on the ballot. They've got to have that on the ballot by January 24th for the April election. So they want to get things figured out, obviously, before that. The bonds technically in Kansas sunset next June, but Kansas has put a firm, like, at the end of the year, we got to know where we're going. We're tired of this. You know, you got to decide what you're going to do. And so I think we're going to have an announcement with the Royals. It sure seems like, according to Fox 4 as well, as Masterson's talking, sooner rather than later. I would have loved it to be right before the World Series to get basically steal the spotlight from the World Series. But that may not happen because the World Series begins on Friday, but it's definitely going to happen, I would think, to steal the spotlight before the GM meetings and before the winter meetings take place.
Coming up, we'll let Daniel Hughes steal our spotlight as he joins us here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, more and more people these days who are in pain are taking control of their health, and they're looking beyond traditional medicine. And that's why QC Kinetics is so successful. Because people with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast and all natural with no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulder hurt all of the time, then you need to explore all of your options and be smart. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices, because that's not the case. Call QC Kinetics and get that free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Thousands of patients around the country have found a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments. So call now and get scheduled. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone with QC Kinetics.
Last month, my business cash flow got tight. Sales were slow, invoices were late, and payroll was coming fast. My business is everything, and people rely on me. I can't let them down. I applied online at lendseek.com and had business funding in 24 hours.
Business moves fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Whether it's lines of credit, term loans, working capital funding, or revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply now at lendseek.com.
Step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be, with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more. They'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best-dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or newtonjames.com. Elevate your wardrobe. Elevate your presence only at Newton James.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T.
The testosterone booster?
Yes, it really works. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with Nugenix Total T, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed noticed a difference in the bedroom. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text HEFTY to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's HEFTY to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Today, we're joined by Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team at Epic Realty, which serves home sellers in Kansas City and the surrounding areas. We will explore the local real estate market and gain Dawn's expert insights on what's currently happening in our area. It's great to have you here, Dawn. What are mistakes that are some sellers making right now when they're trying to sell their homes?
There's two big ones. The biggest problem is overpricing and underprepping. So that's kind of the main thing. Homes that sit on the market too long, they lose momentum, and buyers want a move-in ready house. So skipping the staging, the photos, the updates, the repairs, it's going to cost sellers thousands. This isn't the market we were in a few years ago where people could list anything on the market without doing anything to it. You really have to be sure that presentation matters and pricing is even more important. So that's probably the two biggest things to look at.
Thanks, Dawn, for sharing your market expertise. To learn more about selling a home with the Sharp Homes team, you can contact Dawn and her team at homesforsaleInKC.com. HomesforsaleInKC.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading towards downtown, 71 northbound with an accident before 18th Street, causing delays with the two right lanes blocked, two left lanes get by. Things are heavy back beyond 22nd Street and building. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You hear him on game days in the booth.
Quickly, they get chunky and funky with stretching the field vertically.
And Thursday nights at 6 during Players Only.
Spitfire, hot fire take.
Here's Chiefs Radio Network color analyst Danon Hughes on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Kind of sounds like Michael Myers is around the corner ready to just kind of wreak havoc on the rest of the people
Well,
here.
it is Halloween season.
That's right, and it is Danon Hughes season every Tuesday, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue. Also brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. As we are now joined by Danon Hughes. Hey, they put in Gardner Minshew. Did you decide to maybe let Josh come up from the sideline and finish the game out in victory formation for the final 3 minutes there, Danon?
No, Josh was having a good time down on the sideline. It was nice weather. He was just kind of chilling. I thought he had one of those things that they use when you are tanning, the silver thing that.
Oh yeah, around the neck.
The reflector. Yeah, so I thought I saw that on the sideline with Josh, but I couldn't be sure.
Yeah, what was it like being up there? I was sitting up pretty high in the game on Sunday, Danon, as well.
He was higher than you, actually, though, you know?
Hard to believe that.
Yeah.
Depending on what you were doing at tailgate. Either way, Danon, when I was watching that game, it was mesmerizing to me not to watch the production, but to watch all the pre-snap stuff and just be like, man, I'd hate to be a defensive coordinator against this Chiefs offense.
Yeah, man. I had said that before the game. I had talked about during our pregame show, like after the Super Bowl, and just thinking like Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, they get right back to work. You have to kind of believe that they were thinking, you know what, we're going to get this Rashee Rice back, and we don't know about the suspension, but we're not going to worry about it. And they just went back into the lab, I think, and they just kind of went back and said, you know what, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, we're going to have all three of these guys on the field. Let's draw up like this insane amount of plays and quirks and motions and shifts and bubble screens and shovel passes, all these different things to expose opponents' defenses with these weapons that we have. So, I mean, I feel like that was part of what I wanted to see with all three of those guys on the field at the same time, is like, it brings you back to, okay, what were the coaches doing in March and April and May when you had all three of those guys and you still had the sting of the Super Bowl in your mind, and you wanted to come out and showcase that these weapons that we have, we're going to be able to inflict some pain and some embarrassment on opponents this coming season, and now it's finally come to fruition. So I feel like that's kind of the mindset. Maybe that's more like my thought, but I feel like there was some kind of going back to the drawing board mentality with this offense and drawing up plays, and I think it's going to be a headache for defenses for the rest of this season. It's going to be fun to watch.
Well, I can tell you exactly what they were doing in April and May, Danon, walking around with tight pants on because they knew what they were getting back. I mean, this has been the offense that we've wanted to see since July of 2024, and here we are finally now in October of 25, some 18 months later, and we finally get to see this offense, and boy, was it spectacular the other day, and real.
Oh, absolutely, and it kind of brings you back to when we had the Legion of Zoom and Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill, and not so much in regards to their abilities or equating their abilities, but what teams used to do, or at least used to try against us, and trying to match throw for throw against Patrick Mahomes, or feeling like when you came into the stadium you were already down 10-0, and they had to do things outside of themselves. And that's exactly where you would want a team to be. You can practice all week and think about all your game plan, and we're going to run the ball because we want to keep that offense on the sideline. And then they come out and they realize we get the ball first, and we drive the field and get a touchdown. Now that game plan goes out the window because they feel like they got to score 9-point touchdowns the rest of the game. So, I love that kind of factor. That's the game within the game, that watching from, my perch way up on top of GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium, part of what's fun for me, guys, is watching the other sideline get outside themselves. That's the coolest part for me, watching the defenses do things differently, watching guys get frustrated because they don't know what the heck is going on and how is this happening and where's the ball, who's got it, how are we going to defend every area of this field. That's the entertainment for me.
Well, and I used to say this back in the Tyreek Hill days, Danon, and even really, up until, the better part of the last 2 years, the Chiefs were winning their games on Tuesday, right? I know you play on Sunday and Monday, but they were winning games on Tuesday because coaches are sitting around going, okay, we can't figure this thing out. And then they over-prepare, and then they do things that they're not supposed to do because they think they need to do that, and they're constantly chasing their tails. I think the Chiefs are now back to beating teams on Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's frustrating. I mean, we already know how tough the game is, how tough it is to game plan each and every week. I've always referenced, even when I played, coming into the stadium on Monday or Wednesday and getting a whole new game plan. We had 3-ring binders back then. Now everything is on iPads, and you took out the whole ream of paper out of your playbook, threw it into a shredder, and they gave you another ream for this week. And every single week, that's how it was, even back then. But now you're populating an iPad every single week, and I feel like there's probably sleepless nights that the coaches have anyway, but now the sleepless nights are more like creativity. I can't fall asleep because I feel like there's something I can draw up that really will frustrate defenses. And by the way, this Commanders team we only see once every 4 years, so let's go ahead and showcase this because they have no clue. They wouldn't know what to even think about, what to even game plan in this regards, and they're reeling as well. And then, by the way, we're going to hold this to the side because we got these Buffalo Bills coming up in a couple of weeks, so we're going to hold this part of the playbook aside and then throw that out there against them because they're going to be frustrated as well. So not that we're looking past the Commanders, but you can kind of feel like coaches probably aren't getting as much sleep because it's not about the frustrations of losing or where we are and watching what's happening around the AFC West. It's more about the creativity and those juices continuing to flow. And man, it's gonna be a blast. I am truly excited to see what this team's gonna be able to do.
Talking to Dana Hughes here on 96.5 The Fan. I want to bring this up because I want to play devil's advocate if you're okay. I'm not trying to piss you off, Dana, but if I do, that's okay as well. So I'm going to come from the other side of the NFL that's not a Chiefs bias sort of person. The Chiefs have won 4 of their last 5. That's really cool. They played the Giants and won 22-9, but it was Russell Wilson. They played Baltimore, but they were injured and beat up, and they won that game. They lost to Jacksonville, where they allowed 31 points and just let themselves, not take advantage of mistakes. They beat Detroit, who, by the way, was a beat-up team, and they beat Vegas 31-0, who didn't have Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, and Max Crosby left in the first half. How do you defend the Chiefs when somebody comes at you with those sort of numbers?
Every team goes through it. Nobody was giving us any pity party when we lost both of our receivers in the beginning of the season. Nobody, drew up any songs for us and had any mercy for us because we went through that kind of gauntlet. And still, it's a long season, and God forbid we go through anybody or we have any issues with health the rest of this season, but you never know. And it's just the name of the game. And here's the thing I always tell people, the 1,800 plus players in the NFL, you always say those are the best in the world. Doesn't mean that somebody's second string isn't capable of being a starter somewhere else. So we tend to kind of have a mindset of like high school, maybe college, that second string guys is significantly worse than the starter. And that's not necessarily the case. It just means that on that team, based on that personnel, maybe even based on the money that they're giving somebody at a certain position, that when that person is injured, the next guy up, he must be worse. It's not necessarily the case. They are the best in the world at their positions, and somebody's second string, somebody's nickel, somebody's dime corner, somebody's backup defensive tackle or outside linebacker could be a starter on 20 other teams. He just happens to be the backup on that specific team. So I don't buy into that whole philosophy. Yeah, if we're talking about all pro guys or something like that, yeah, they'll be severely missed, but you got to lace up and you got to get out there and play against whoever's out there, and nobody's gonna care about that at the end of the season when we're looking to go to San Francisco for another Super Bowl. Like, I would hate to believe that people are going to look back and say, well, they had the easy road. Well, the other teams had the same kind of road, and we just maximized it.
Talking with Dana Hughes here, and you look at the division now, Dana, and I'm not impressed by anybody in this division right now. I know Denver's got a couple of wins and fluky things like that in fourth quarters. The Chargers are a nothing burger to me. This thing is ours.
It should be. I mean, it's the recipe for success. Win the games at home, win the games you're supposed to win the games in your division, and then you get a chance to host playoff games, and then from there you can kind of ride the wave. And that's kind of where we are. I feel like we're the best team in the AFC West. I feel like we're the best team in the AFC. I kind of felt like we were the better team even earlier this season when we were losing games, to lose games by one score. And the way we were doing it without the personnel we had still told you that we were good. We just had to get there. And I said it during the broadcast. I keep saying it every single year. I don't care about being the best team in September. I don't even want to be the best team in October. But if we're ascending and getting better every single week, and we're the best team in December and January like we've been for the last 7 years, then I'll take that.
Dana, you talk about injuries, would you like to see them make a move at defensive line?
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting because on Facebook, and we can't believe everything on Facebook, but I saw something, Calais Campbell, and what's going on with the Arizona Cardinals. Like, that was the one thing that it kind of jumped out to me when they, you always speculate and AI always creates something. And I saw something right before the game. I was like, oh, like that's the first time that a name jumped out that I was like, wow, that would be a great get. And even though he's been in the league, I want to say 18 years, he still has a lot of gas left in his tank. He's a veteran. He's accomplished. You know, many people he might be suited for a gold jacket sometime when his career is over. And to have that kind of infusion of a disciplined, playmaking, hardworking, blue-collar type of guy, I think that would be great. And with, Omar Norman Lott going down, we're going to have to figure out something at that defensive tackle position. So with the trade deadline, still looming, it would be a great get. I normally don't go that route of speculating around the league who we should go get, but I thought with that one popping up on my phone, I thought that would be a really cool get. I really like him. I think he'd be a great infusion of energy and attitude that we would benefit from at that defensive line position.
What about a guy like Colin Saunders who posted burnt ends yesterday on his feed?
I've always liked, to be honest, Colin Saunders, his last year here, you could make the argument that he was the defensive MVP because not just, if you look at the stats don't tell the story, especially at the defensive line position. But taking on guys, stopping run, he was the guy that was rotating into the defensive line rotation on run plays and then forcing the teams to be predictable by throwing the ball. So because he was out there for the first down and second down, stopping the run, then that allowed for Chris Jones and other guys to flourish on third down and stopping the pass. So, the numbers don't tell the story about Colin Saunders. I think it would be great to get him back as well.
All right, Danon. Well, enjoy Monday Night Football in Arrowhead once again next week, and we'll be looking forward to talking to you on Tuesday to recap that game.
Yep, another late night. Let's do it. 3 games in a row at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. We might as well make it 3-0.
That's right. Let's do it.
Thanks, Danon. We appreciate it.
All right, guys.
That is Danon. He's brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue, and also brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. One word on a Tuesday, baby. Rashee Rice. You're just talking about him with Danon Hughes and the immediate effect he had. He's run 19 routes this season, right? He's now already tied for 11th in the whole NFL with 4 targets inside the 10-yard line. One word.
Awesome. Wonderful. Script.
My one word would be uno. That's your number one. Treat it like so. Go look at all those other guys inside that area. St. Brown, JSN, Puka. Those guys that score that always end up on your stat sheet is, 5 catches, 75 yards, touchdown. Where are they getting a lot of their action? The exact same spot. So love to see it. Numero uno is what Rashee Rice is. Even though his number's 4, he's Pat's number 1.
He is Pat's number 1, and that's awesome. And, when I said it 2 years ago that they think he could be the best wide receiver in franchise history, everybody laughed, and rightfully so. He hadn't done anything yet. But all of a sudden, that stat that you read right there, that the guy has made his mark felt immensely. And it was felt when he wasn't around all of last year, right? You see the difference a player makes. Those of you that were checked out after week 2, sorry, you were wrong, big time. Because when you get healthy players back and you get good players back, it makes a world of difference. Rashee Rice has made a huge difference right now with this team.
Who would have thought? Better players help you out. All right. World Series, it's set. Blue Jays, first time in 32 years. They are back, and they're playing the Dodgers. One word on the World Series matchup.
Snooze.
Snooze fest.
Great breakfast place.
Snooze is really good.
It's good. People keep sleeping on it. You got to get to Snooze,
Don't
man.
tell anybody about it. Then it'll close like Josh with the Chinese restaurant years ago that was so good he never told anybody about it and goes out of business.
Oh.
Snooze has that Osmosis Jones theme.
Do they have one over in Lee's Summit now?
Negative.
No, so it's just the one at 135th and Metcalf? Is that the only one in town right now? It's really good.
It's great.
I want to say there's one somewhere closer to me, but I can't think of it. But I know the one on Metcalf for sure. Been there multiple times.
You could swing in there before an early day game with the Royals, pick up a breakfast burrito there, and then roll over to the game.
Then go over to Von Mia and get a new Royals
There you
polo.
go. There you go.
My one word would be Mattingly. How about this stat? Don Mattingly has spent over 40 years in baseball. He's been a player, manager, and coach, and he's now headed to his first ever World Series.
It's great, yeah. My idol as a kid growing up. I told you when I got to meet Don Mattingly how that went down, George Brett. Get your ass down here and meet your hero.
Yeah,
okay.
Great story.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If the Blue Jays do win the World Series, Don Mattingly needs to rent out one of those hotels, take his lady in there, and just open the curtains. Never been to a World Series, 40-year MLB career.
I mean, he was so good with the Yankees, and then he retired, and the Yankees got really, really good. And then, he never got to experience that. I'm excited for Donnie baseball.
That's right.
And he used to be the manager of the Dodgers, too.
There's a Snooze in Westport. I've been to that one, too.
There is? Where in Westport?
It's definitely down there because I went to the one. It's like right on the side of the street.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that World Series starts Friday. The NBA starts today. We've got the Rockets and the Thunder, and then the Warriors and the Lakers tonight.
Luka, baby.
Yeah, exactly. No LeBron. It will be Luka against Steph Curry and his brother, by the way. Seth Curry is now on the Warriors, which I think is really fun, so they get to play together. One word on the NBA starting tonight.
Gambling. Get your underdog apps out. You can make bets on this.
Woo!
And then we'll check back in April and let you know where the playoffs stand, right? Or after, are they still playing on Christmas, or do the NFL tell them to sit down on that one? We're taking
No,
the
they're
day.
playing. We just don't know.
We just don't know it. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Ready. I love it, man. I do love the NBA. Tonight's really fresh. Everybody's got fresh legs.
Anybody hurt yet?
Yeah. Well, there's.
Embiid, is he lashed out on reporters and whatnot the other day, so we're back in regular season for him.
Oh, yeah.
Lashing out at reporters because you've been a failure in your career in the NBA, so it's the reporters' fault. I got it, Joel.
They're the Chargers of the NBA, by the way.
The 76ers?
Yeah.
Snooze in Westport's on Broadway, block up from where the old ale house was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Look, the NBA is crazy. No Tatum, no Halliburton, and no Dame Lillard.
Knicks and 6.
Season. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, tonight, can't wait for that first game. OKC raising a banner in front of Kevin Durant.
I think that's really good. I like
That'll
that.
be
Good job by the NBA for making that the game.
Yeah, 100%. Great storyline. And these are these are going to be 2 top 4 seeds in the West. Very
what
exciting.
Channel is this one on tonight?
Got to be TNT.
Yeah, I think it's TNT.
Well, TNT doesn't have basketball
not
anymore.
TNT.
ESPN.
I don't think it is. I think it's NBC.
I think it's Peacock.
I think it's Peacock and NBC making their debut tonight.
I agree.
And that means
NBC Peacock.
That means Round Ball Rock is back.
Basketball. Give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk
You
it.
got the music? Play it.
We'll come back with that. I've got it right now. But what I do have for you is this quote from our guy, Daniel Jones. Man, he's a little confident. I'm liking to see this Indiana Jones.
Not that you care, but those of us on the outside, I think, are a little surprised at just how well this team is playing to start the season. What do we need to know about this group that maybe we didn't know going into the year?
I mean, I don't know. Sounds like y'all didn't know much, but we're just going to keep going, keep working, and we have a lot of confidence. I think we got a lot of good players, guys who work hard and do the right things.
Lahu Zahar. You are a terrible ass quarterback for your entire career, and now you're mad that nobody bought into you going to the Indianapolis Colts? Get bent. Get bent. I told you we were... You have been total and utter ass for your entire career.
My one word is great. I think it's hilarious, especially the fact that Ian Rappaport's who I saw retweet it because he wasn't involved. Somebody else looked like a clown, so of course Ian Rappaport.
Of course.
Yep. Hey, watch this. This is hilarious.
Yeah, it's Adam. It's Evan Washburn of CBS, who I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of his name.
He's telling the truth to Daniel Jones. Not many reporters would do that. Evan Washburn has a set of stones on him to do that because most reporters would be like, "Oh, you're so good, Daniel. Tell us about it.
This is a
Walk us through your season."
This reporter persevered through some yelling in the back. We'll end one word on this.
of football is you can definitely tell there is a new play caller in town. The offense is looking, the offense is looking a lot more versatile. They're getting their tight end in there with more reps. Still seem really characteristic with the running game, but definitely seeing a lot more passes.
Professional is the one word. Because she was money. The guy's like getting in front of her on the camera. I mean, it was a good minute of these dudes just getting in the way. And she never missed a beat.
Kept going.
Soon you'll be in a world of pure inebriation.
Oh, yeah.
St. Brown also, when he scored a touchdown last night as the first touchdown scorer, did the celebration 6-7. But
nice.
My one word is it is now stale. It is over. It had its fun. It's 15 minutes of fame are over. It lasted a little bit longer than Sugar Ray. But, hey, some people still think it still flies, so do whatever you want to do. Who cares what people think about you? Do whatever you think is fun, but it is stale would be my one
Once
word.
the kids stop doing it, then it's over. I had somebody tell me yesterday, our friend Jen, who you met at the tailgate, right, who I was dancing with, and your mother did not care for
Mom
that.
did not like that.
Did not like that at all.
I don't use marinara sauce.
No, that wasn't his mom. So
that's not my mom.
No, but so my friend Jen and what were we? 6-7. She goes, oh, that's so lame. I go, yeah, you live in L.A. You don't know what's cool right now. I got a list of 10 words for my child that I needed to know, and 6-7 was on top of that list.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jen.
Coming up on the other side, something that we don't know, and that has to do with H2O or tequila. I don't know. I think it's just water. Here on 96.5, The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, ED is nothing more, guys, than a medical condition, right? And studies show that around 50% of men over age of 50 have some sort of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differentiating treatments and strategies, and that's where Heartland Men's Health comes in, because Heartland Men's Health has treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men right here in Kansas City, and they're ready for you. So schedule that consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if you're medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T.
The testosterone booster?
Yes, it really works. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with Nugenix Total T, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference in the bedroom. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text HEFTY to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's HEFTY to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
South of downtown, 35 southbound with a stalled before Penway. Left center lane blocked. Delays now all back up and through downtown. Heavy onto 169 highway back into the airport area. Heading 70 westbound. Slow coming in from Brooklyn Avenue. 670 stays very slow all the way across to 35. 71 northbound heavy from 22nd Street up towards 18th with an accident now off to the right shoulder. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
We've written a song that we like to call Round Ball Rock. Now, it started as one of David's poems here, but then it just grew into something bigger than both of us could ever imagine. It's me on keys and Dave singing. All right, ready to do this?
Yes, I am.
All right, 2, 3, 4.
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme.
It is that season again tonight. The NBA is in action. You got a doubleheader tonight that we actually do love. Houston Rockets at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder 6.5-point faves.
All right.
And then Warriors at Lakers. Warriors 2.5-point favorites in that one.
Well, they don't have LeBron.
No, but they got Luka.
I mean, they're waiting to get him back like we were waiting for Rasheed Rice to come back, right? I mean, is that kind of what they're doing out in L.A., or are people done? I saw a story. Somebody was complaining about LeBron, one of his former teammates. Was it Russell Westbrook that was complaining?
Russell Westbrook.
Of all people to be complaining about people, Russell Westbrook. But, I mean, he's like, LeBron was fake, basically, is what he said.
Yeah.
This whole thing. So, shocker. I just,
inauthentic.
I never would have guessed that.
Wow.
Ever would have guessed that. Like, you talk about breaking news from Russell Westbrook, but it's actually good to hear it from somebody in the game, not kiss LeBron's ass constantly and be like, okay, LeBron's the greatest, even though You may be better without him. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, he mentioned the funny moments, like him saying Godfather's his favorite movie. Couldn't tell you one thing about the movie, or any book that he's read that he has open to the first chapter. He's not actually reading any of these books. And Russell's like, it's kind of fake.
It's kind of that is fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be fake. You're one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and so you don't need to be fake.
So yeah, you look at the. Speaking of fake, it is not fake. That is water, by the way, that Chris Jones is drinking.
Yeah, I talked to somebody yesterday who shared with me what they believe that it is, and you look at it online, right? Or not online, but on the game, and then you can like Google search, expensive water basically is what it is. This is unbelievable stuff that this guy's drinking on the sidelines. It's called ROI water. Have you guys ever heard of something like this? No. Just answer the question. It's no.
The only water I drink is TAP.
Yeah. FREE.
Yeah.
Because this water costs, for a box of 6 bottles, $210.
No, thanks.
Lord.
A box of 12 bottles
I'll
will
do
run
a
you.
glass of Perrier.
A box of 12 bottles will run you $420 for this water that Chris Jones is drinking on the sidelines. Now, here's what it is. The legend of ROI water lives on, a timeless story of hydration. This is from their website.
I feel like rookies should be drinking this.
Legendary at the creation and still legendary. Pegasus, the mythical creature, is the creator of this invaluable spring. Legend has it that Pegasus, instructed by Apollo, stuck his hoof in the earth at Rogaska. I had a babysitter named Mrs. Rogalski. I don't know if they're related. And opened
Aaron Rodgers did Owaska.
Yeah, he did. He opened up the Ryotkin Spring, which sprung forth the world's most magnesium-rich mineral water. And so it was founded in 1647, and it's some sort of alleged super water that they can get rich people to spend money on, right? And that's exactly what this is. I mean, if you go to their website, roiwater.com, and click on the About Me, you'll spend hours on there researching from the 1600s this water. 12 bottles, $420.
So is it? I mean, I'm trying to find any sort of sense in this.
There isn't any.
The magnesium?
The magnesium, it's supposed to absorb into your body quicker.
Helps your
or whatever
muscles
it
and
is.
stuff.
Yeah. So whatever it is, it's $35 a bottle. And you think paying $3?
Spill a drop.
Oh, I mean, do you see the way he drinks it though? He cradles it like it's his child, and he's drinking it because he knows how much this water
They should
really
pay homage to
costs.
Space Jam, and he should write Patrick's Secret Stuff on the water bottle
Yeah.
and drink it and see if guys, it was just water. I just thought maybe you would think it was going to help you out more.
I mean, they've been talking about this stuff since the 1600s. In 1803, it was named the best water on Earth or something like that. So, I mean, this is some superior
And it's
water.
from Pegasus's pee? Oh, it's hoof.
Yes, hoof.
Oh,
hoof.
okay.
Yeah, Pegasus stuff is hoof in the earth, and all of a sudden this water came up. What would you spend money on if you could just have unlimited? Because this is where you get to the screw you type of money, right? What are you doing? I'm spending $35 on a bottle of water. What would you do if you just had unlimited funds? Because to me, it's private air travel, and I wouldn't think twice about it.
Oh my gosh, yes, that'd be incredible.
Just have a G5.
A little PJ.
I don't even know that I do the private. I probably do like the air shares that you can buy, and like a timeshare or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. If money's not an option, maybe I do have my own jet. But it would absolutely be airfare related to not have to deal with KCI flying us to Norfolk and nowhere special. I'd have my own jet to go where we want. And you don't have to deal with all the other BS, too. You just walk in on and go. What would you guys spend it on?
Private chef.
That's a good
Yes.
That's money in the bank right there.
100%.
What are we doing for dinner tonight, chef? Well, I've got a nice A5 Wagyu that I'm going to cook for you, and then we got a side of asparagus, and then we have a little Greek salad as well, which doesn't make sense to have all that as dinner.
It
But
actually sounded really good, what you just said there.
I wouldn't question my private chef. I never have to cook again. I mean, I do find a lot of joy in cooking. It's where I can escape for a little bit.
It's not the cooking, it's the thinking about what you want to cook that drives me crazy.
And they could help. They could teach you even. You could cook with them. Who knows?
What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
Well, yeah.
Searing it
Get your
that way.
hand in the cheese, Dusty.
But also, too, did you put your hand in Ralph's cheese? cheese the other day?
I did not. No, I did not.
Okay, nobody put their hands in that cheese,
Don't think
right?
so.
Okay, good.
We were safe.
It's like that. What is it? The How Do You Sleep at Night? The Serta mattress commercial where the guy's eating the guacamole. It makes me puke every time I watch the commercial.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he breaks the chip in the guac and then he sticks his fingers in there and scoops it out and licks it.
It's so nasty.
It makes me vomit.
Double dippers,
Talk about a
worst.
vomit comment from Ben Maller.
The whole thing, though, with the private chef is great because you just say, here's what I like, and then they take care of everything. And you don't have to have that stress every night of what's for dinner.
Or you're just like, hey, I need to lose 10 pounds. Can you help me out with that? Yeah, tonight we're going to have brown rice and chicken with a low-sodium teriyaki sauce. Awesome, dude. Sounds great.
And it will taste fantastic.
And he's going to give you a time when it's ready.
And less filling.
I mean, it's just, I would have a private chef.
Where are you going, Mac? If you had...
I was not thinking high up enough. I was thinking like fast passes at Disney and stuff
that's
like
what
that.
fast
Well, the
pass was.
question
If you had all the money in the world.
The question that was written, what is one thing you're willing to spend on because it's just better?
Yeah, that is
to
true.
be fair.
Yeah.
So I said fast passes, flights, but yeah, I mean, I think I've said this before, basketball cool. I think I'm on the same lines as this 816. I've always wanted a bowling alley in my basement. Something like that.
Stuff
would be
like
pretty
that
cool.
would be kind of
private
fun. Like,
chef.
And you're right. I phrased the question like that because I think, Dusty, you're on this with me as well. You pay for conveniences sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like especially at the
I'll
airport.
never not fly again and get early boarding.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it will always be bought.
End of the year, that's over, so you don't have to
True.
worry about that. But anything that adds to my convenience, I am willing to pay for. I know I'm a sucker for that. But the anxiety and all that, I just want to do my thing, man. And I'll pay extra just to be able to do my thing and be left alone.
816 asks.
816
asks, what would your tail number be, Bob, if you had your own jet?
ASS.
No, it would be BF 6969.
There we go.
Yeah. And speaking of that,
There's a flight in front of it. It's BBL Stinky.
BBL Stinky. But speaking of 69. Happy anniversary to the Kansas Turnpike celebrating their 69th. They actually sent out an email going, happy 69th birthday to us. I'm like, sweet.
Hell yeah.
The Turnpike embraces it.
Woo. Men's wieners. No doubt about it. Just to have the luxury to do that. People that you wouldn't spend your money on, Boneheads. That's Bob's Boneheads Raw. Coming up next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers are saying, hey, if you're looking for that new great career opportunity, come hang out with us because we've got great career opportunities at Smart Local 2, the Sheet Metal Workers Union right here in Kansas City. Their pre-apprenticeship program is something that is awesome. Maybe you're just graduating from high school, or maybe you're getting ready to graduate from high school or college, and you're thinking, man, I just don't know what I want to do. I love doing stuff with my hands. I love being creative. The Sheet Metal Workers have got the perfect program for you. That pre-apprenticeship program. You'll start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months, and they're going to pick up the tab on family health coverage. No cost to the employee at all. And the Sheet Metal Workers do so many cool things like industrial sheet metal, HVAC installation, service and repair. And I think this is awesome. The architectural sheet metal, the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, the crown of Kaufman Stadium, all designed and built by the Sheet Metal Workers #2 right here in Kansas City. And they welcome everyone from seasoned professionals to those with no experience. They offer career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while giving you the tools and support that you need. So check them out now at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
Fast cars, barbecue, and live music. Bring the family for Burnouts, a car show, Kids Zone, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. It's Boost and Barbecue next Friday, October 24th and Saturday, October 25th at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under are free. Online at boostandbbq.com.
Danon Hughes here. I've seen a lot of stat lines in my playing days, but these numbers, they caught my attention. Flight by Yingling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and all the crisp, refreshing flavor you want in a light beer. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, so you know it's got some serious history behind it. If you're into stats and taste, you're going to love this beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dane and Hughes. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? Overhead Door Company of Kansas City will make it all better. They will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City at 816-221-0072 or schedule online at overheaddoorkc.com.
Step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more. They'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best-dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or newtonjames.com. Elevate your wardrobe. Elevate your presence only at Newton James.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you, you. Synergen X and Low T Center are the original MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. What makes them the MVPs? Well, they use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone to increase it, and not just those compounds that might exist in other places. Synergen X and Low T Center are the real experts you can trust for quality care. Most major insurance is accepted, and you can choose between in-person or online appointments. And for a limited time only, visit any Synergen X or Low T Center for a free hormone consultation and free T-test, and automatically entered for a chance to win either autographed sports memorabilia such as jerseys, balls, or helmets, or you may even win a pair of tickets to a major sporting event in town. Synergen X and Low T Center are getting you to the top of your game. A TRT MVP. Get in today and get your health back and win. Visit TRTMVP.com. That's TRTMVP.com.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase this Thursday, October 23rd at J. Rieger & Company Distillery. Heading into downtown, 169 Highway southbound gets heavy at the airport exit, stays heavy into downtown, crawling onto 35 southbound, which is very slow down past 670. Stalled, blocking the left center lane. 670 westbound solid to 71. I-70 westbound is heavy from Jackson Avenue into downtown. 71 northbound heavy into downtown from the Paseo. Discover the latest HVAC plumbing and trade solutions with companies like Honeywell and April Air and 20 plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase this Thursday, October 23rd, 3 to 6 at J. Rieger & Company Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, it's Rashi Rice. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Bob's Boneheads. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, don't forget, at Drew B. Nixon, happy birthday. Number 30.
Oh, he's 30.
Let's
wow.
go.
How about
Yeah,
that?
30 for Drew Nixon.
Big night for him.
Yeah, he's got the NBA. You know, he's juiced up for
he's so
that.
excited.
His Sirs play tomorrow night. And he's also got Conference USA tonight.
Yes, he does.
Kennesaw State at Florida International.
Huge game. When those two teams get together, Dusty, on a Tuesday, you throw out the record books, man.
I'll
Barn
tell you
burner.
what, man. 3.5 favorites for Kennesaw State.
Let me tell you something about Kennesaw State. They got a kid
And then they got Western Kentucky versus Louisiana Tech at 6:30.
Even better, a doubleheader tonight. CBS Sports Network has that second game. That's where the games that nobody else wants end up. Ever turn on CBS Sports Network? Hardly ever, right?
No.
But when you do, there's always a game on there that literally nobody else wanted, like Montana versus like Boise. Nobody wanted that game. CBS Sports Network. Tonight, who do we have?
Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw State versus, I've already forgotten.
That's on ESPN too.
And then
Western Kentucky La Tech.
There we are.
CBS Sports Network. Tickets are as low as $10 at Joe Elliott Stadium in Ruston, Louisiana.
Hey, Louisiana Tech, that's L'Jarius Sneed.
L'Jarius Sneed,
Stand up. You know?
Raging Cajuns.
Raging Cajuns.
And then the Western Kentucky, you said Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers, baby.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
big red blob that walks around.
I almost went there. Yeah.
You do really?
Yeah. Visited their campus. Yeah. Great journalism school.
The president of their university came from KU, Tim Caboni. Shout out Tim. He does a nice job over there at Western
wow.
Kentucky.
I didn't know that.
He's been there
Nice.
like 10 years now.
Is he related to Maloney?
He is. Yeah, he is related to Rob Maloney.
Yeah, somebody says, welcome to the dark side, Drew. And don't blink, Mac. It's coming for you, too.
And don't you blink, because 40's beating down the door for your ass.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's my prime.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 40's prime years, man.
Bob liked saying that too much.
It's fine.
Oh, it's coming for you. I'm telling you. I got 50 breathing down my neck, so I'm not. You
Bring
know.
it on, 4-0. 38 and living great. All right.
My bonehead of the week, it's 2 words.
Okay.
It's Shane Bowen. We don't need to talk anymore. Oh, the Giants defensive coordinator. I'm done. I don't need to add to that, do I?
Nope.
Do I need to add to that? You gave up 33 points, you jackass, in the fourth quarter.
Luckily, that vacant chair was in the locker room and not his face. From
Oh,
Brian
my God.
Daboll.
Daboll would throw him into a wall based on that.
Brian Burns.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Brian Burns
he was
would.
pissed.
I mean, but see, here's my whole thing on that, right? If you're the players and that play comes in, don't you just say F you and do what you want at that point in time? At what point do you get there as a player? Because Jameis did it down in New Orleans, a year ago?
Yep.
He said F you to the coach and got the guy his touchdown.
And he just got a game ball. That coach.
That
he
coach,
said
yeah,
F you to.
Brad Allen, yeah.
Dennis Allen, yes.
So, that's what I want to know. Like, if you're Brian Burns and those guys go, screw this guy, man. We're going out here. We're going to rip somebody's head off. We're not going to rush 3 and drop 8 and play prevent defense down the field.
I don't get it, man. I'm not saying you need to blitz, but don't let the quarterback
Do
just
exactly
sit there.
what you were doing.
Yeah, don't change.
You dominated. You shut them out for 3 quarters and then promptly gave up 33 in the fourth.
Prevent.
Go away, prevent defense.
Yep. I'm surprised your bonehead wasn't Chris Collinsworth and the algorithm that is Pro Football Focus.
Wow, that's too easy now. That's taking candy from a baby with semi-pro football out of focus.
Well, Geno Smith was rated a better
That's right.
quarterback this week than Patrick Mahomes.
What is happening?
And that's where the federal government needs to shut them down and say you are a disgrace and a detriment. They got to get working first. But when in months when they get back, they need to shut down semi-pro football out of focus. It's a fraudulent organization that is causing undue harm and irreprehensible damage to players around the National Football League.
Or Mahomes broke their system. Because
Geno Smith.
That's right.
That's the guy who allegedly played, and I use air quotes, played quarterback for the Raiders on Sunday?
Well, Mahomes could have thrown 2 interceptions, and, you gotta put those into the
Again, if I didn't have a you-know-what, I'd be an ant.
Yeah, is it just because Geno didn't play at all? He only threw 16 passes, so there's nothing to grade? Like, Mahomes played awesome. There was that one pass. Okay, maybe there was 2. I remember one. That was terrible.
Tip-up pass to
Once it got to the second quarter, you were a little foggy the rest of the way.
Yes.
No, there were 2 that were broken up, but who cared? They weren't intercepted.
They weren't.
I'm not in the business of saying, well, you're close enough so you get that. That's not how the world works, right? They say close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. That's been the saying for 1,000 years. And we're sitting here going, well, he should have had. No, if he should have, then he would have. But he didn't, so he didn't. So you can't sit there and say would have, should haves, and could haves because they don't matter. The would have, should haves, and could have, that's loser speak. Oh, man, I wish we would have been able to connect on that pass. We would have, but you didn't, so you lost. You can't sit there and say would haves and could haves because they aren't. They're not. They didn't happen. They're mythical beings. It's like the Jayhawk. It's a mythical bird. Made up interceptions. Should have been interceptions. They're made up. They're the Jayhawk interceptions. I'll call it that. I don't care. Like, these guys are they got their screws loose over there at the Semi-Pro Football Out of Focus. Like, they are deranged over there if they're giving Geno Smith a higher grade than Patrick Mahomes on Sunday. Like, it's time to go. It's time for people to stop talking about that operation over there because they're a scam show. They're a reverse mortgage.
Yeah, if you built an algorithm or a data set that was pumping numbers and it kept pumping out 1 + 1 = 3, you'd change your algorithm.
That's
you'd
right.
change your data set.
Right.
And
Great
this
point, Mac.
is constantly pumping out incorrect answers that I don't need a genius. I don't need someone who's forgotten more about football than I know to tell me that Mahomes was better than Geno. I know that. So we need our grading system to reflect that. I like the idea of a grading system, but this is at best fodder and entertainment. It is nothing more than that right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. It is now just an entertainment website. Yep. It's no different than, you, me, Dusty, the next guy grading players and just creating fake grades. Because that's what it is. It's a fake algorithm. It's a fake website. It should go out of business. It really is a detriment to a lot of these players in the game. And I am so happy that everybody is now speaking out against the grading system at Semi-Pro Football Out of Focus. I feel vindicated.
Yeah, you should. You've been on this since I've got here.
Oh, I was on it well before.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. I can only speak to what I know.
Yeah. No, I've been on this thing for a long time. I go, what is this?
I was still on this when you and your daddy screwed him.
Yeah, maybe not that long ago, because that was about 27 years ago.
Yes,
I was busy then.
You were a glimmer in your mother's eye at Maloney's before I was.
27 years ago. I didn't even know that Maloney's was open, because that would have been 98, right? You were born 97, 98. What was I doing in 98? Getting drunk at KU at 21, eating pizza, getting fat,
smash,
living up to that 300 pounds, baby. I indulged. Woo.
Hello, America.
You better believe it. He was texting yesterday about Missouri. Should have called me before talking about Drinkwitz maybe going to Florida. Oh, you got some money you're going to Mizzou with, Jerry?
You got to get this guy off the air.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, come in here real quick. Bob's going to show up to Jasper's like Joe Pesci did when he shows up in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
This is crap. See you, Bob. Dusty here. Come in this room. I don't know if I want to be invited.
Jerry, do not invite us.
Coming up next, we'll get to Josh Briscoe at 8:30, and I've got an MVP sort of, that maybe nobody's thinking about here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
How are you waking up this morning? Are you waking up sore? Are you waking up with joint pain? Are you saying, I just don't know what I'm going to do because my knees are barking at me and my back hurts? Well, you got to look beyond that traditional medicine, right? That's why QC Kinetics is so successful, because people with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast and easy and all natural with no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulder hurt all of the time, it's time to explore all of your options and be smart. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices. Call QC Kinetics now and get a free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Thousands of patients around the country are finding a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments. So call now to get that free consultation scheduled. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone with QC Kinetics.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a pro football no sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right. With a no sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a no-sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Natural disasters happen every year. Fires, hurricanes, tornadoes. And with that, your most important moments recorded on VHS, camcorder tapes, and 8mm could all be gone in an instant. Cherished moments like your wedding, baby's first steps, family trips to Yellowstone, lost. Enter Legacy Box. Digitizing your old media with Legacy Box protects your irreplaceable memories from the threat of natural disaster by digitally preserving them onto thumb drive, DVD, or the cloud, so they're safe forever. Legacy Box is the safest and easiest way to preserve your past, which is why it's been trusted by over 1 million families. Send Legacy Box your home movies, photos, and film. Their team of trained professionals will do the rest right here in the U.S. For a limited time, Legacy Box is offering radio listeners an incredible 50% off. Go to legacybox.com/value and save 50% when you digitize your memories. That's legacybox.com/value.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
Football season is big beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouthwatering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
Take advantage of the nice fall weather and schedule your consultation with the outdoor living specialists at Powell Exteriors KC so you can enjoy the weather in style and comfort. Imagine watching football on your new deck, protected from the elements, and you'll have the confidence of Powell Exterior KC's 10-year workmanship warranty, easy financing, and pay no interest until 2027. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com today and experience the power of KC's exterior experts.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
A lot of trouble in downtown. 169 highway southbound, heavy at the airport exit, intensifies crossing the bridge, and solid on the 35 southbound, just crawling down past 670 with an accident. 670 westbound, heavy from 35 over onto I-70 westbound from 27th Street. 71 northbound, heavy into downtown from the Paseo. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Some news out of the NFL that just came across the X sphere. Nico Collins suffered a concussion last night. So something to monitor for those of you that play in the world of fantasy sports. And those of you that listen to Mac, he's back this Sunday at 9 a.m. with Mac's Fantasy Football Show. Getting into the nitty gritty, aren't we, Mac?
Yeah, 6 buys, 6 teams on bye this week.
It's nuts.
Too many. That means less Sunday games.
Yep.
Give me 2 more Monday night games.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Ooh, please don't. World Series Game 1, 7 o'clock on Friday night this week. Very underrated sports week. You had
Seriously.
Monday Night Football doubleheader last night. You have the NBA doubleheader tonight, opening their season. Houston and Oklahoma City in Oklahoma City. And then Golden State in L.A., Lakers and Warriors in L.A. In the Staples Center. Not the Staples Center anymore, but what used to be.
Well, what is it called now? Because they got into bed with that crypto company, and that thing went out of business in 2 minutes. So do they have a name of their arena, or is it still like the O.co or whatever it is, Coliseum? Or that was Oakland, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the name of that place now?
Because Warriors play at Oracle.
Oracle, yep.
They're still saying it's
Crypto.com.
Crypto.com
okay,
arena.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, your bye weeks this week are Arizona, Detroit, Jacksonville, Vegas, Rams, Seattle.
Yeah.
So there's 3 teams.
So
in the
everybody
NFC
that
West.
played last night is on a bye.
Wow, yeah.
So 3 teams in the NFC West have a bye?
I just don't
That's
get it.
wild.
I would rather have it that way, I think, though. Give the whole
One
division
division.
off. Yeah. All right, this week the AFC East is off, and just do it that way. And it's these 6 teams that are getting buys, but
Yeah.
then you probably have to do it.
AFC and NFC.
Yeah, you probably have to do it over a longer period of time. There's no perfect
Perfect.
way to do anything like that. Would you guys be in favor of, and I just thought of this right now, but like after week 8, the league goes dark for a week, gives everybody the bye week, and then restarts the following
love
week? Would you really? Would you like that, Dusty? I don't know if I would like that.
I don't think CBS, Fox,
Yeah.
NFL
Yeah.
Network, and ESPN, and I don't think the world would like that. to be
No,
honest
but
with
I
you.
mean, it gives you a little bit of a break. You do it like at the end of October, Halloween weekend when you got half the season over. Give a week off. Everybody gets to bye that week. Nobody gets an advantage for having a bye later in the season or getting screwed by having a bye in week 4 or what was it last year, week 6 for the Chiefs or whatever the case may be. And, we got a bye. It's still September. I'm still sweating outside. So I don't know. I just think maybe it's better that way, just to give everybody that same week off during the season. But again, you're right. CBS wouldn't like that, and all these other, networks probably wouldn't care for that. But it makes the most sense, I think, when you're talking about player safety.
It's money.
Yeah. Oh, money trumps player safety every day, Dusty. We know that.
So Patrick Mahomes is the leader in the clubhouse at, I believe it is plus 185 at MVP in the league. Saw this yesterday on FS1.
How far did our guy fall last night?
Baker's down to third. He's plus 700. Number 2 is Josh Allen at plus 385. Mahomes first, and this according to DraftKings, first MVP at plus 185. But I have a case that you could say that Christian McCaffrey could be the MVP of the NFL football world. I know it's a quarterback award, and the 2 times that Christian McCaffrey has had his best seasons, the same guy won the MVP. Lamar Jackson won it unanimously, 50 votes. Now they have like a bunch of guys that can, it kind of changed. And then the second time he lost it, Lamar Jackson got 49 of the 50 votes.
Damn.
This year, he leads the NFC in rushing attempts. So in a league that has Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey has 132 attempts for 465 yards. You might tell yourself, wow, Dusty, that's only 3.5 yards per game or per average. Okay, sign me up, right? 465 total yards, 3 touchdowns. Also, he leads the NFC in touches with 185.
Holy. I mean,
yeah, dude.
We're 7 weeks into the season, and he already has 200 touches.
He has 981 yards from scrimmage already this year. He has a success rate in the receiving routes of 60%. That's solid as a running back. He has where's it at? Yeah. Receiving yards. I'm trying to find it on this thing. I can't find it now. Yards per game, he's averaging 73.7 yards per game in receiving. 185 touches, we already mentioned. 981 yards from scrimmage. Receiving touchdowns, he has 6. That's 9 touchdowns already on the season for Christian McCaffrey.
It's more than one a week. Yeah, that's insane.
I also look at the term most valuable player. We mentioned everybody, or Bob mentioned everybody in San Francisco is hurt. Not everybody. The one guy that's always hurt is not hurt. And that's Christian McCaffrey. And they are winning a lot because of what he brings. Not only being a valuable running back and scoring touchdowns, but also being a valuable wide receiver. Again, success rate of 60% as a wide receiver, as a running back, which is just insane to me. Averaging 73 yards a game while receiving, while also when he's running yards per game, he's rushing for 66.4. So well over 100 yards total every game. He's gotten almost 1,000 yards from scrimmage. We're not even at the halfway point of the season. And their team is winning a lot because their quarterback can lean on their running back. Now, I know Christian McCaffrey is not going to win this award. He's not going to win Comeback Player of the Year award, and he probably won't win Offensive Player of the Year award. But you could make a strong argument that Christian McCaffrey is the MVP of the season because of what he's doing. That team is winning. That team is, tied for the lead in their division. Yep. And he has been one of the best players in the game, and he's 29 years old, and he's doing it again and again. Where I take value, this team is winning a lot of because there hasn't been Kittle. There's no Nick Bosa. There's no Deebo Samuel. He was traded.
Yeah, he's gone.
No Brandon Ayuk this year. Juwan Jennings has been in and out.
They don't know who's playing quarterback.
They don't even know who the quarterback is.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't matter who's under center.
Exactly.
But what they are doing is feeding their best player who, when everybody else is getting hurt, he is staying healthy.
Yep.
And the 49ers are great because of what he has been able to do this entire year, which a guy that everybody goes, oh, man, I don't know, especially in the fantasy world, this Christian McCaffrey guy, he always gets hurt. And in a year where everybody else is getting hurt and he is not, he is leading that team to what their record is. And so far this year, Christian McCaffrey, folks, is having one of the best years in football. Again, 7 games started, 7 games played, 132 rushes, 465 yards, 3 touchdowns. We know what he's doing on the receiving side. And again, 185 touches already in the season. The guy has been valuable. He's been productive. And he's been their most valuable player and maybe quietly the most valuable player in the NFL this year.
And I agree with that a lot. I've always said the most valuable player should be the player that's most valuable to the success of your team. Dak Prescott leading a team to a 9-8 record is not a most valuable player. It's just not, right? That's not a most valuable player. You're 9-8. The success of your team truly does matter in all of this. Which player was the most important to the success of their team? Without Christian McCaffrey, I think you're right. They're 2-5 without Christian McCaffrey at this point in time. He's been awesome. First running back since 2000
That's right.
to have 450 rushing yards and 450 receiving yards in the first 7 games. The first guy to do that since Marshall Faulk.
And what did Marshall Faulk do that year?
MVP that year?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. But it's become such a damn quarterback award, and I hate that. We talked about it all the time. I hate the fact that the MVP has become this quarterback award. And you've got guys like Christian McCaffrey. Their quarterback's not an MVP. Whoever they're rolling out there, a quarterback. But he is. And if that team wins the division and makes the playoffs, and he carries them and continues to do what he's doing, how do you not put him in the category for the MVP of the season? Because without him, the San Francisco 49ers are a turd. With him, they're sitting at 5-2 right now, which is remarkable. And that's why I come around on Kyle Shanahan, too. He's your coach of the year right now.
Yeah, I love it.
And there's no arguing that. He's done an unbelievable job of keeping that thing together out there in San Francisco with all of the injuries. It's been remarkable.
And the fact that they're leaning heavily on Christian
That's
McCaffrey.
right, yeah.
And he's still there because you're going to get the text, give it time, he'll get hurt. Well, it's 7 weeks into the season, and he's what do you have, 3 touchdowns on Sunday Night Football? Or something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
Single-handedly basically beat the Falcons.
He was like Shohei Ohtani on the football landscape for the most part, you know?
And to the point of the text line, if Saquon didn't win it last year, ain't no chance Christian McCaffrey wins it.
And that's a great text. You're right.
Yeah.
He should have won it last year. But we had to give Josh his award.
Got a couple texts about Jonathan Taylor as well. I think he deserves
Good
to be mentioned, but
yeah.
I would say that the reason CMC didn't win it or wasn't in the conversation as much 2 years ago was because of Brock Purdy. I think the quarterback, if you have a consistent quarterback, you're always going to be behind their shadow, and that goes for Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis too. Daniel Jones is there and consistent, so can't be the MVP. CMC, it's been Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, doesn't matter. He's killing it.
Yeah, he is. We got to get away from that MVP being a quarterback award because there are defensive players that deserve to be the MVP as well. Myles Garrett could have won this thing every year too.
Well, to your point, though, you don't get MVP for winning 5 games. Yeah,
right. But that year they were good and made the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
best
when they
defense
came
in the
here,
league.
how do you
And that's
overlook
the thing
Myles
too,
Garrett?
is if San Francisco gets behind, okay, we'll just motion McCaffrey out into the slot and use him as a wide receiver.
Yep.
Oh, we're ahead. Okay, get back behind the quarterback. We'll run the clock out.
Mm-hmm. How many years could Aaron Donald have won the MVP?
Oh yeah, 3 probably.
I mean, Lawrence
4.
Taylor's the last defensive player to win this thing in 1980 effing 6. And we've overlooked defensive players for the last 30 years.
Yeah, we should
40
just have
years.
like an MVP and then parentheses QB and then MVP in parentheses like player.
Rest. Other.
Right, other. Yeah, literally.
Well, it's kind of like the Heisman goes to quarterbacks.
Every time. Not every time.
Not
I
every
guess.
time. I mean,
It's more. It's more.
Devontae Smith, is he the last one to win it that wasn't a quarterback?
I think so. That's the first name that came to my mind.
It's been what, Caleb, and then it was all those Burrow, Caleb.
That's become such an insignificant award anymore.
Yep.
It really, like, I remember as a kid, and obviously that was a long time ago, but the Heisman was a big deal. You watched the ceremony and all that kind of stuff. Now you scroll through and you're like, oh, that's right, the Heisman's, oh, who won? Yeah.
Somebody says, and then if you have Mac Jones get hurt, you just have CMC play quarterback as the Wildcat.
You could as the Wildcat, 100%. I love that idea.
I would be shocked if he's got a good arm. He can just launch it. He can do everything.
He's
Great
one of
looking
those
guy.
guys,
He's
yeah.
nice. He's got it all.
Married Miss Universe.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the guy that you should want to be.
Winning.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Who would you like to change lives with? Christian McCaffrey would be a good start.
He's up there. Got a legendary father, too, that played wide receiver, comes from a lot of money, and is doing very well in this world. And his brother, all of a sudden, will be in town next weekend as his brother plays wide receiver for the Washington Commanders, who was nowhere to be found this Sunday, but probably could be found next week. As now we get into some more Chiefs talk, as we're joined by our pre- and post-game host on the Chiefs Radio Network, Josh Briscoe.
He's the first voice you hear 3 hours before kickoff and the first voice you hear after the final whistle.
Future Hall of Fame receiver, future Hall of Fame quarterback, being able to figure it out for the last half of the season.
Here's the new Chiefs Radio Network pregame and postgame show host, Josh Briscoe.
Sorry for being a bad radio host. Travis Hunter won it last year, literally. Thank you. Okay. Now joined by Josh Briscoe here. You can hear him pre- and post-game on the Chiefs Radio Network. Boy, you got a nooner, and they throw you right back in the den. You get a Monday Night Football game this week. Josh, how did you take that game last week?
I mean, it just was kind of nice to get back to an old classic, right? You get a noon kick at Arrowhead, and you just beat the ever-loving brakes off the Raiders. It felt like a return of an old friend, truthfully.
Yeah, we needed that around here, right? I mean, for a lot of people that were still sitting on the fence about this football team, didn't want to listen that they were going to be fine once they got everybody back. We finally saw the July 2024 vision of this offense unleashed in October of 2025. Good things come to those who wait, Josh.
Yeah, the offense had to marinate for a while, but I do like to think that there's going to be a little extra flavor in those recipes from here, because these are guys who have been in the offense together, who you have seen some of those reps. You saw it in training camp in the preseason. And look, Bob, you know this as well as anybody. The national media is going to take its sweet time on recrowning the Chiefs if they can, because by and large, it's not very interesting. There's not a lot of variety in a return to a Chiefs dominant run or being the favorite in an NFL where they are 4-3. So the goalposts will move like they did after the Ravens game because all the injuries. The Lions game, all the injuries. The Jags game does admittedly, like in retrospect, feel even crazier now, seeing what happened to them against the Rams and what's happened to them the last couple of weeks.
Their last 8 quarters have been like they beat the Chiefs and they left for the month.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know if you get a bonus for that or what, but good on them. I mean, they really made that a frustrating game, and they figured it out back on that Jacksonville primetime showdown as it was. But no, these last couple of weeks really do feel like the ramp up we were hoping for, and I think we saw hints of it against the Ravens and Jags in particular. But I mean, yeah, there's no big question as to what changed. Early in the year, you'd lost Xavier Worthy. Obviously, you're without Rashee Rice. Now they're both back in the mix, and we're going to have some of these days where Xavier Worthy, I don't have the box score up, I'm pulling it up now, but it goes 3 for 25 or whatever, and you go, oh, that's crazy. He was the offensive game plan to start the season, and now everybody can take their turns, and they can just pick matchups, and giving Patrick Mahomes a chance to drop back and go to his favorite target on any given play, that'll do for me.
When you look at this wide receiver core, and I know it's kind of hard to pick like who's going to be the leader every game, but kind of awesome to see that Rashee Rice had 10 targets on his first game back. However you want to like divvy it up, I think that will be a common theme. Yes, that Rashee Rice will always be going into the locker room at the end of the game as the leader in targets, or am I out of my rocker on that?
No, I mean, I'm sure there will be a game or two where he doesn't, but I think those will be the exceptions. I apologize for not knowing who added this addendum, but, as the everybody's got to eat thing has been going around the last few weeks, my favorite addendum to that is everybody's got to eat, but somebody has to sit at the head of the table. And Rashee Rice is sitting at the head of the table here. There might be a day where Travis Kelce finally isn't keyed in on by opposing defenses as if he was 10 years younger. There will be a day where Kelce gets 7 or 8 targets, and maybe Rashee Rice begins to earn that kind of spotlight from opposing defenses. And again, when that happens, now your off-speed pitches are the fastest man in the NFL, the greatest tight end of all time, guys who have proven their ability to do some dirty work in this offense. Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyquan Thornton, Hollywood Brown has these quiet games with touchdowns added on. I just think there is a real wealth of weapons here. And I think top to bottom, it's probably the best group of weapons that Mahomes has had, at least since like the prime, healthy Kelsey, Hill, Sammy Watkins years. So I'm just so excited to see where this offense goes.
And better than that, because you've got legitimate speed everywhere and you have legitimate wide receivers. This is the best group of weapons that Patrick Mahomes has ever had. And since, we've kind of got that full complement back going to that Baltimore game and getting this offense going, they've scored 30 in every game. I mean, and I am saying 30 in Jacksonville because Harry missed a couple of kicks that would have given us 30, in that game. And you're seeing now Patrick Mahomes with an arsenal of weapons that he's never had before, and the rest of the league is going, oh my God, I didn't think it could get any better than what we saw in 18, 19, and 20, but here we sit, and it's going to be better.
And we've obviously talked about this other group I'm going to go to here. We've talked about it several times over the season already. We haven't talked about the offensive line today, and that's the other element of it where you just start to stack and stack and stack. I know the running back room is no great shakes at this point, but Isaiah Pacheco's had a couple of his best games of the season. Rashard Smith's getting the ball, and I love just that he got all the work he could get in the fourth quarter. Just get him NFL touches. That's fantastic. But Patrick Mahomes doesn't have to lead this team in rushing, even if he does need to make a couple plays with his legs every once in a while. And then, again, adding that back into the O-line in front of him, I know the Raiders just looked like a JV team. That's partially because the Chiefs looked like a varsity team on Sunday. But even then, you have Jalen Moore, 2 games in a row at left tackle, looking really solid. Obviously, the Raiders lost Max Crosby around halftime, and he didn't return. But then you have Mike Caliendo come in and hold it down at right guard in Trey Smith's absence. You get a few reps of Wanye Morris again in the sort of preseason section of Sunday's game. Mahomes has looked comfortable, though, even when you do add in a backup left tackle and a backup right guard. The 2 big additions, Trey Smith obviously has been around, but he gets paid this offseason because the Chiefs view him as such an important piece of this offense. And Mike Caliendo is not Trey Smith. But you have capable backups who you can have some confidence in, who have played meaningful snaps in the NFL, in Jalen Moore's case in San Francisco, in Caliendo's case right here, all the way to the Super Bowl. I really just, I'm having a harder and harder time finding a hole to poke in the offense. As long as the running game can be something approaching NFL average, I think that we have a really fun chance to see the best offense in football start from Arrowhead again.
Yeah, to flip the script to the other side, a lot of what you said kind of leads into this conversation because, Norman Lott is not Chris Jones, like Caliendo is not Trey Smith. But an injury that they lose, somebody who, gets valuable time coming in. Do you see that being a move now the Chiefs try to kind of put more force towards and go get somebody for the defensive line?
I very rarely say something like this in regards to a trade acquisition because you got to find a partner. It's very hard to pull it off, but I have a hard time imagining the Chiefs not making a move on really at defensive tackle in particular. If they wanted to find some sort of versatile end that could kind of work in the system, then that's cool too. Maybe you want to have a couple additions that way. But yeah, I think it made sense before the Norman Lott injury, and that's super unfortunate. He's been obviously dealing with injuries since training camp, and then he gets back onto the field and then suffers a season-ending one. That sucks for him, and it sucks for the team because, as you were saying there, I think his role was not only increasing, it was going to continue increasing. I don't think he was ever going to replace Chris Jones, but I think he might have been able to replace a whole bunch of Jerry Tillery snaps that then moves Tillery down a level. Even then, I think they probably, everyone's going to freak out when I say this, they could really use a Mike Pennell type in this defensive line room. It just seems like something that they're missing. That didn't make sense to me before the season. It doesn't make sense to me now. I like Derek Nottie. He's a great dude and seems like a fun locker room guy to have around. It's just not been a very good season for him. They obviously traded for him to try to make sure they could get him back. I don't know, to just pick some more names. I don't know if a Colin Saunders reunion necessarily fixes anything, but I do think he could probably step in and do some of what Omar Norman Lott had done this year to this point. Now, again, the Omar thing was about him continuing to grow into the future and become a guy worthy of that draft spot, and hopefully he can come back from his injury and next year have almost a full year to recover and start to get back up to speed again. But in the meantime, I really do think they're going to need to add bodies, not just practice squad guys. My question would be, are they going to try to make a swing of some size. And that one, frankly, I don't know what the market's going to look like. The NFL is so close right now. There are probably only 4 or 5 teams who are in full sell mode, and I don't know what they're going to want to sell.
Yeah, and you brought up so many things that I want to touch on in that segment, because let's start with adding a defensive lineman. Right now, you needed a defensive lineman to be added regardless of what happened to Norman Lott. Like we were talking about that, like go out there. Now I think you probably need to add 2. I'd like to see a big swing and then maybe a Colin Saunders or, somebody that you can get for next to nothing out there that's just kind of sitting on a roster. I would love something, if they could go out there and do something like that, because now I think you need to add 2, because you needed 1 before the injury and now you had the injury. So I think you need 2 right now.
Yeah, I'm in a similar place. I think we might as well start printing off Colin Saunders' jersey. I don't know, obviously, but he left because he got a little bit of a payday and then obviously got traded before this. He just makes a lot of sense. The other one that I think you've at least got to make some calls about is Christian Wilkins, because in the mix of guys who could make a big splash but wouldn't cost you, in this case, anything other than money. Not that they have a bunch of cap space to work with right now, but that's a challenge that I think Brett Veach can figure out.
They'll figure that out. They'll erase a 5 and replace it with a 1, and we'll call it a day.
If you say, hey, Christian Wilkins is healthy enough and whatever happened in Vegas was more about Vegas than it was about Christian Wilkins, then fine. We'll move some money. I think that's an interesting one just because he's still hanging out there. He's also 29. I mean, again, that's getting there on a defensive line age range, but he wouldn't be the old man next to Chris Jones. So that one would be intriguing to me. I think it's probably more likely that you end up getting some sort of Spagsy defensive end, so to speak, who's a little bit further down the depth chart somewhere. But again, I don't know, is there a name worth trying to get from the Titans or Dolphins? And then how much longer does that list go on? Obviously, there are a bunch of teams who I think should probably be looking to the future, but that can be a tough sell before Halloween.
It is. You got to worry about your fan base, because if you wave the white flag, you're not selling any more tickets, and your fan base checks out, and you lose money. So, that's the biggest thing about these trade deadlines. Teams have to admit that they're done, and with every dollar being so important to these teams, they don't want to do that. They just don't want to admit that they're out of it. But the Dolphins at least are open for business. Go get a defensive lineman from there. They're all available.
Yeah, I feel like they might be the clearest one. We've heard reports about the Titans being willing to move anybody except for Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons, which is too bad because I'd love to see Jeffrey Simmons. But it makes sense that they wouldn't want to do anything with him. But even then, if you're the Browns or the Titans, and obviously we're talking about the defensive side of the ball, so this is probably less of a big deal there. But if you're the Browns or the Titans, the rest of your season is about Cam Ward and Dylan Gabriel and making sure that you have them in situations they can theoretically succeed in. You don't need to win the games, but obviously, none of those teams should be moving offensive linemen right now, because they want to try to build that future. So again, I don't know how open the market's going to be. I think if the Jets or the Dolphins, or I don't know, just call the AFC East bottom half, if either of them have anything to give, they got to be the first calls. But I mean, I'm scrolling down the scoreboard again. I'm thinking, well, this team's 2-5, but they're not quitting yet. This team's about 500, not going anywhere, but funnily enough, the Jags, who we're talking about, the Jags are 4-3, and they shouldn't be sellers. They just, I don't think, are quite for real. So, you got to find 2 to tango. I think Saunders makes sense. I'm making my calls about Christian Wilkins if I'm the Chiefs, and there's probably another name out there who'll be a little bit less exciting, maybe a little less familiar, but who can serve a role. And I think that's probably the minimum at this point.
Briscoe, we appreciate the time. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday at 8:30, my man.
If Brett Veach is listening, I am available. I will not be better than anybody on the current roster. I've got a lower back thing. I don't know that I could do it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just withdraw my name from it. I appreciate it, Brett. Thanks for the offer.
Yeah, he's listening. There's no question.
I'll get you some BioFreeze. We'll get you ready by Monday night.
All right, I can do that. I got 5 reps in me.
There we go.
Let's call 4. Let's call 4 reps.
There we go. Thanks,
Could you
Briscoe.
imagine those suiting up Dusty
guys.
in an NFL game?
No.
I mean
I look like that guy that got bodied by Chris Jones.
Yeah.
I have no chance.
Yeah, I mean, people think, it's so easy. You get out there and suit up in an NFL game, man. You're gonna. Even Spector thinks he could score on an end around, I'm sure, against Chris Jones coming after him. But it's hard. It's not easy.
No, I'll stick to being a fan unless it's the guy we talk about on the other side. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear from ESPN's Nate Taylor every Thursday at 8:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Newton James are unbelievably awesome. And they are a brand new store in downtown Overland Park that serves guys with menswear that you can't find anywhere else. Guys, I was in there a couple of weeks ago. This store is flat out awesome. Whether you're looking to look good for work, or maybe you're getting ready to go on the golf course and you want to look good, or maybe you're just, looking for that casual look, Newton James has something for everybody. And it is the premier menswear store in Kansas City. You're going to step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and so much more. And they'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. And at Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or at newtonjames.com. Do yourself a favor, go in there, check them out. See everything that they have to offer, and you'll be like, man, Fescoe is right. This place is flat out awesome. Elevate your wardrobe, elevate your presence, only at Newton James.
Around here, we've got each other's backs. When it comes to health insurance, we want that same kind of support. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City gets that. They're from around here too. Backed by the national strength of the Cross and Shield, they help you make confident choices, no matter where you are. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are. That's the benefit of blue.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming to Missouri. On December 1st, you'll finally be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. You can bet everything from the money line to over-unders to which team will win it all. You'll be able to build parlays, bet player props, or even ride the live line. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Plus, with live betting, you can pick which player will score the next touchdown or the touchdown after that. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back. On December 1st, you'll be able to see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase this Thursday, October 23rd at J. Rieger & Company Distillery. Heading into downtown 29 southbound, gets heavy at the merge with I-35, just crawls down past 16th Avenue with an accident, got you down to one right lane getting by. Discover the latest HVAC, plumbing, and trade solutions with companies like Milwaukee and Champion and 20-plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase this Thursday, October 23rd, 3 to 6 at J. Rieger & Company Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
World Series Friday night, the Dodgers versus the Blue Jays, as that game was settled last night, a Game 7 elimination game. You had a doubleheader Monday night game, and tonight the NBA, the Round Ball Rock is back, baby. Got my Luka jersey ready to go.
That makes it all better to have the music back.
No,
to
it
have
does.
it back on NBC. The
Hell yeah.
nostalgia sells.
Yes.
And they're leaning into it, too, which I really like at NBC. They're really leaning into bringing this nostalgia back. I heard Jordan's going to be featured in a game tonight. So they're really going
Hudson?
back old school. Jordan. Why
Why do they call it Round Ball?
Wait, wait, seriously though?
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
GOAT?
Well, they're going to do
part of the
like
broadcast,
they're doing like an intro, like he's going to be doing a sit-down interview. They brought that up a couple months back.
I remember that. I just didn't know the specifics. So it'll be like some sort of pregame.
I
intro
think that's
thing.
what it's going to be. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
That's exciting.
Yeah, I hope they bring back Ahmad Rashad. I hope they bring back Marv, even though he probably can't since he was biting women.
Let's see that
allegedly.
again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully Jordan's like, so here's my locks tonight. Gambling with the GOAT.
Gambling with Jordan
I'm
would
here.
be so good.
I would love it.
Oh my God! I
Lights
mean,
a
talk about
stogie.
leaning into it, right?
Yeah, why not?
All right, here are my picks for tonight.
This is Michael Jordan's DraftKings with the king himself. Lights a stogie. Man, I like that Luka kid, man.
Do you think, though, when the NBA sent him to baseball for a couple of years, it had to do with more of trying to bring more people back to the NBA? Because at that they were dominating, right? They had won 3 straight. Had they kept going and say they won 8 straight titles, who was going to stop them at that point in time? What do people do about that in the NBA? Like fans, like would you have bailed? I'm just asking the question. I don't know, like 8 straight championships. Eventually people go, all right, enough of this, right? So maybe they needed to break it up a little bit. And that's the only way they kind of saw an end in sight, if you will, with Michael Jordan of saying, go play baseball for a couple of years. Let us kind of get everybody else back involved in the league, and then you can come back after a couple of years.
I know the Houston Rockets loved it.
Yeah, they did.
Hakeem's like, thank you.
Yeah, OJ
Appreciate it.
didn't like it.
Well, I don't know what happened.
Will the blinds be open tonight?
Nah.
No. We're not opening the blinds probably till
April.
Yeah, April. I was gonna say March.
Playoffs,
Okay.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. But no, I mean, no, it's fall puck isn't even making its way into the
I get that.
lexicon
No.
at this point. It's too early for these sports.
Quite frankly,
to
I don't
start.
want your blinds open at all on a Tuesday.
Not on a Tuesday, you don't know.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
I just
no.
want to win, Jay.
I think it's too early for arena sport. I mean, do you guys know that college basketball starts this weekend?
It's crazy.
Do you know that Purdue is playing a preseason game against Kentucky?
What?
Yes.
Sweet.
Why?
Well, they just did Midnight at the Fog. Nobody knew it was happening.
I did
Their
not know.
seats were.
Heard of him.
Wow.
Was it not filled?
No.
Really?
Yeah, go look at Rob Britton's Twitter handle.
Oh, my.
He's like, a lot of empty seats. See the future number 1 overall draft pick.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, wow, really? Oh, that's a shame because
It's a
that's
little
usually
concerning.
But
I guess
college
nobody knew
basketball stinks.
I guess nobody knew what time it started.
Well, that's actually not wrong because they start at like 6 o'clock now, or 7 or 9.
You guys said it was midnight.
Oh, it used to be that back in the days. Oh, midnight, here we go.
You should, to be fair, you should have the blinds tilted tomorrow night.
What's tomorrow night?
Cavs at Knicks.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's the game.
That's the
and
East
that's a
right
6
there.
o'clock start.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, that, yeah.
And then Survivor's at 7, and we can watch.
Perfect.
we can watch
Yeah,
this.
I'll be on that one. Yeah. No,
Next
that's
time
perfect.
on
Yeah.
Survivor, the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Cleveland going to be good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me
they'll be
ask
good.
you guys this because I was talking to Dusty about this off the air, and I'm not an NBA fan, but I'm a sports observer, if you will.
Connoisseur
of sports. I've observed this stuff for a very many years. Oklahoma City not making one roster change is a little bit concerning to me. How do you run it all back and not make even the Chiefs, make changes every year after running it back and doing that and bringing new guys into the mix, some fresh blood? And
Not everybody in the
whatnot.
Chiefs' starting roster is 24 or younger.
That is a good point. That is, but I mean, and
These
I
guys
don't-
are hitting like prime. You
yeah,
Chet,
but there's got to be
SGA.
somebody you could bring in or somebody that's different, or maybe you just love the chemistry. I'm always concerned when I see these teams just do nothing and we're just going to run it back and it's going to be okay. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong on this one. Just usually doesn't work out that way.
I think you're almost always correct. This may be the one anomaly, but you're right. And I will add that they did make 2 additions mid-season last year, so you could kind of make that the case that was their additions, when they won the championship. Like, all right, we're good now.
Yeah, they're going to have to make additions this year. It's just going to be somebody's going to get hurt. It happens all the time, in this league, in any sport. Everybody.
You want your best bet of the night?
Yeah.
Al Horford plus 113 over 1.5 threes.
1.5. Love it.
He's going to sit in that corner.
That's what he does.
And just wait for Steph or Jimmy to just.
Yeah, that's butter.
Oh, he'll shoot 4.
He'll hit
Can he
one.
make 2?
Also, another thing with OKC, Nikola Topic. Not Nikola Jokic, Nikola Topic.
I don't know who that is.
No one does because
Okay.
he's 19 years old now, 20 years old. Did not play at all last season for the Oklahoma City Thunder because he got hurt. Could have played at the end, but they're like, we don't need you. He was a top 15. Like, this is a guy who was talked about being a really big rookie last season, got hurt, and now they just get to insert him into a championship team.
Yeah, that's crazy. And
It's
that's really
nuts.
the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
You don't all these draft picks need to be better. No, you want to have them inserted and be a role player on a championship team.
No
and
pressure.
If they make you better and it's a good player and exactly no pressure at all, just kind of slide right back in there. I'm all for that. But it's just weird to see a team go an entire offseason. Hey, we won a championship. We'll see you in October.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Get pissed for the planet What are we looking at, Rap? I just don't understand.
It's back at the game.
For the planet What are we looking at, Rap? I just don't understand.
I sure hope those kids were not his in that video that were
God.
sitting there.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. They might be. Oh, no.
Because that guy in an Arizona Cardinals. Imagine getting that worked up over the Arizona Cardinals, first of all.
That wasn't Kyler?
It may have been. I don't know. Now that I look at it, But I imagine being that worked up over the Arizona Cardinals, first and
rough,
foremost.
man.
Like, have you ever met an Arizona Cardinal fan?
I was when they played the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Okay, for a day.
Yeah, there you go.
But like, that's like being a Miami, or not Miami, but an Orlando Magic fan.
Or a Blue Jays fan.
Or a Jacksonville fan. Like,
Yeah,
these
they
are
don't
teams,
exist.
but who are these people that are rooting for these ancillary organizations, right? And that guy's losing his mind. Do you have a bad fan moment? Because I do. KU played Oklahoma. I was asked to leave Arrowhead Stadium.
Wow.
It was the right suggestion.
Sir,
Just
you need to leave.
Inebriation.
No,
or-
yeah. we were
yeah.
back in those days. You could sweet hop and just go from,
So
and-
you had 6 to 7 minutes to leave the
Yeah,
premises.
that's pretty much what the usher came up to me. Bob, it's time for you to go. I go, you're probably right. Fair enough. It was a very mutual parting of ways at that moment.
All right, fair enough.
You guys, have you had a bad fan moment?
What are we looking at, Rap? I just don't understand.
Not that deep.
Music City Bowl.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time had to, like, walk me out. I was so gone, just not even there. Like,
I've
laying in my
familiar.
seat.
I didn't
Well,
have-
this was
No. My dad passed out at a Giants game
okay,
one
yeah,
time.
like that. It was like that. Yeah.
They had Maker's Mark at the suite.
Well, he couldn't even walk into the stadium. He passed out in the turnstile, and they still let him in. And then he sat in the upper deck. They played Jackson. They pummeled him with snowballs the whole time as he was passed out.
Oh, no.
Somebody said that fan.
And then demanded to go to White Castle after the game.
Probably needed it.
Feel you.
Somebody said that sounds like a linebacker from Blue Mountain State.
Yes, it does. Great show.
Oh, man. Coming up on the other side, we get to Start Bench Cut, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Get in the know with Jay's Southland Tow. Start Bench Cut, 913-586-7965. Let's see yours. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trent McDuffie, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, call us now if you've got that pain. Call us right now if you have joint pain, because you know what? There are alternatives out there to surgery, and it's time to look beyond traditional medicine. That's why QC Kinetics is so successful. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. And we're talking about a simple injection, not a hospital stay, fast and easy, all natural, and no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulders hurt all the time, you need to explore all of your options. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices. Call QC Kinetics and get that free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Call QC Kinetics now to get that free consultation on the books. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturdays. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more. You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you, you. It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergen X and Low T Center can help you reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergen X or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like the other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is just right for you. Treatment is covered by most major insurance with affordable self-pay options available as well. The best you is waiting. Book a free T-test at trtmvp.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Pay for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, inbound 70 gets heavy before 470, stays very slow out past Lee Summit Road with an accident. 29 southbound, slow as you make the merge with I-35, off again, on again, slowdowns down to Armour with an earlier problem that looks to have cleared. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to this Sunflower Showdown on Saturday with pregame starting at 9, kickoff at 11, right here on your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Here's Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac with this week's edition of Start, Bench, Cut.
Tuesday, 9 o'clock, Start Bench Cut, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Get in the know with Jay's Southland Tow, 913-586-7965. If you've got one champion at the bit, let us know. By the way, did a quick little research since 2000, the Heisman Trophy winners, since 2000, 20 have been quarterbacks.
So that's what, 26 of them? Then
25.
25
of
them
one this year.
So
5.
Travis Hunter, Devontae Smith, Derrick Henry.
I'm out.
You're out?
There's
Okay.
2 more.
I told you I stopped watching the Heisman after the Vinny Testaverde.
One is very obvious. It was taken away, then given back.
Oh, Reggie Bush.
And then the other one is a running back from Alabama before Derrick Henry.
Chris
whose
Johnson?
father played for the New York Giants.
Oh, Ingram.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. 15-5 in the last 20 years, quarterbacks winning.
Yeah, it's just, we got to get away from the quarterback getting every award, man.
Start Bench Cut, this week's leading receiver, Rice Worthy-Brown.
I'm going to start Worthy this week.
Hard boss.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I'm going to start Worthy this
Great
week to be the
problem to
number
have.
one guy. I'll bench Rice, and then I'll cut Brown. And then next week we'll have the same conversation of who we think the number. It should be, because every week it's different. Yeah. So I'll go Worthy this week.
Yeah, I like that. I'll go Rice. I'll probably go him every week, but Worthy was quiet last week. Feels like he's getting healthier. It feels like he's had the opportunity to do so as well. I'll go Worthy then Brown.
Okay. Fit in the season. Better flavor of this type of season. Pumpkin spice, apple crisp, or the cinnamon that just kind of appears that you don't know it, but it's there.
It's there.
Whether it's a scenty in your house, whether it's in a pie, whether it's in food, that cinnamon is coming, baby.
You went and added the crisp to apple, so I have to start that now. Otherwise, I would have started pumpkin. I'm not going to lie.
Well, there's never a boring apple scent or a taste. It's like, yep, there's apple in that thing.
Yeah. But I mean, when you crisp up stuff like a blueberry crisp or a peach crisp or an apple crisp with the gooiness of
you're making it
cocoa
tough
crisp,
over here, Bob.
So, but he did. He added the crisp,
No,
so I
you're
got to go apple crisp start. I'll bench the pumpkin, and I'll cut the cinnamon.
Oh, I love cinnamon though.
Well, then you can do whatever you want.
Well, but I agree with you though.
I'm free country.
The start apple.
Cinnamon's good. I'm not saying I like cinnamon, but the other two just are more superior.
Like a little scoop of vanilla ice cream, dust a little cinnamon on top, mix it up.
Yeah, I think
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, baby.
I think you can cinnamon 365. You can't pumpkin in like August.
True. You can apple 365.
You can but apple crisp, that feels like more of a fall dessert with a scoop of ice cream on top. Man, that's a really good threesome.
Apple, cinnamon, pumpkin.
There it goes. We go to the more fun you had during a 30-point victory. Vegas, Lions, Baltimore.
Well, it's Vegas to start because I told Mac as we were headed into the game on Sunday, I'm relaxed, I'm calm,
Yeah.
there's no anxiety. Like literally,
And
I
he
was
never
like,
says that.
Seriously.
ever. And I just knew that was going to be one of those days. I needed that. We needed that. Everybody kind of needed that. So I'll start the Vegas Raiders on that one.
Put the SIGs in the glove box.
Yeah, could do that. Baltimore, I will cut. And then Lions, I will bench because I still think that Lions game is a bigger win than anybody wants to give it credit for. Not because if we put up 30, we held their offense in check.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Vegas, number one, it was electric, and then Lions, and then, Baltimore. They lost Lamar. It kind of took out the fun of it a little bit.
Going to running backs in the NFL, start bench cut right now. Christian McCaffrey, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson.
Yes, I'll start them all. How do you pick at that point in time? I think CMC for me right now because he's the hot hand. And then I'll bench. I don't want to do this to any of them, though. How do you not start Robinson?
How do you not start Gibbs?
How do you not start Gibbs? I know. So yes, I'm starting them all. I'll cut the guy from Detroit because we shut him down.
We're just talking about this season, so I'm going to go CMC because he can do everything. He's the best receiver. He's the best running back.
Jahmyr Gibbs can't do everything?
All those guys can do
Are
everything.
you telling me Jahmyr Gibbs can't hit a curveball? No, that's why he's playing football, Bob.
Bijan, and then, same reason, honestly, Bob, and I think he's more of a home run hitter than a every down kind of guy. I'll take Gibbs last, but, he's the second best running back in football.
Round ball's back. What's the best sports ball? Like actual ball.
Oh, okay.
The basketball, the football, or the baseball?
I'm going to start the baseball because it's universal. I think I have one in my bag. Like, you can bring a baseball anywhere with you. Always can have a baseball, right? It's small. It's hand fruit, if you will. Basketball second because you kind of take that anywhere. And if one guy's got a basketball, everybody can play a game. And then I'll go football because it bounces weird.
Yeah, I actually agree, and I'll say baseball for also the reason that you can manipulate the way it moves more than any of those other balls, which is really cool. So, yeah.
I thought I had a baseball. I don't.
Damn it.
One of your kids stole it. There's probably a theme at the school today.
No, I would have known about that a half hour ago. Hey, do you have a baseball?
Of course.
So this is chore season, guys.
Oh, it is.
It merits it. Are you more so start bench cut, rake/mulch the leaf in the yard guy, hang the lights guy, or be the turkey guy for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to start being the turkey guy because I am the turkey guy with the smokehouse turkeys. Travel with those everywhere we go. So I'll start be the turkey guy. I'll bench the rake mulch leaves guy because I don't mind it. Like you say, you hate raking the leaves.
It's so satisfying once it's done.
Once it's done, It's unbelievable. Like, I'm going to go out there today. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a nice long walk. And then I have to blow the yard because of the new lawn by Aspen, right? I can't get out there and rake it, so you got to blow it. And so I'll do the rake, the mulch leaves, and then the hanging of the lights. My wife enjoys that, and she can do that. I've never been a lights guy hanging that stuff.
No, I hate hanging
and
lights.
I let her do them because no matter what I did, they would be wrong anyway.
Of course.
So do it
that
yourself.
one's not working.
That's exactly right, yeah.
Yeah, I'll cut that. I have not yet got to be the turkey guy, so maybe this year I'll get to.
You better order yours from Smokehouse Barbecue and get that turkey ordered. Of
course.
Then you can be the turkey guy.
I want to do the sliced turkey.
The sliced turkey was money last year.
I kind of want to do that.
Money from Smokehouse.
Oh, turkey Sammy's.
Roll-ups with a little cheese in the middle.
Oh, if you take the Smokehouse turkey, which I had a craving for a while back, so I went and got like 2 pounds of turkey, and you put it on those Hawaiian rolls and whatever your condiment of choice is, $1 million sandwich right there. That Smokehouse sliced turkey is money.
Smash. One more football one we'll do here, then we'll go to the text line. Leaders in the West, start bench cut. Seattle Seahawks, the 49ers, or the Rams?
I hate the Rams, so I'm cutting them, even though I love Sean McVay. I'm going to start the 49ers. I'm bought into Kyle Shanahan this year, and I'll bench Seattle.
I will start the Rams because I had them in the Super Bowl before the season. I will bench. I'll bench the Niners because they're proving it without their guys, and I'll cut Seattle, even though that's a damn good defense.
They're really good offense, too.
Yeah, they know who they are. They really know who they are.
Yeah, they're the Seattle Seahawks, not the Toronto Raptors.
And then the last one we'll get to, start bench cut for the holiday, Michael Myers, Jason, or Freddie?
Jason Myers, Freddie.
I'm cutting.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
I'm cutting Freddie. I don't want my nightmares messed with, dude. I don't want to end up like
Do
Johnny
you live
Depp.
on Elm Street?
Nope. I do not want my bedroom to look like Johnny Depp's in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. By the way, first movie I think he ever did was that movie.
Women love Johnny Depp.
They do.
Well, there's one that doesn't. Jason, I don't know. And I feel like Michael Myers just misunderstood. He's a blue-collar guy who's just trying to talk to his sister, who is Jamie Lee Curtis. So I can see why he's angry with her at times.
Well, because she's using that Activia, and she has good bowel movement now.
Somebody says Russell Westbrook, LaMelo Ball, Joel Embiid.
Oh. I'll start Embiid.
Yeah.
Westbrook is gone. Who was the third guy?
6'7", LaMelo.
LaMelo, yeah, 6'7". Yeah, he's your 6'7" guy. Thanks, LaMelo.
Gosh, it's already after 9 o'clock on a Tuesday. Man, you guys are
That's
close.
the first 6'7" reference that we've had all day. Well, except for the yelling people.
That guy's
6'7".
Yeah, that guy had so much riz.
The power of the Chiefs and where the stadium may be going now. We'll get to it on the other side of 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Nick Bolton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending will cure your blues. They have cured our blues a couple of times over the last 10 years when, you know what, you may need some help, right? We all need help in life, whether it's financially or whatever the case may be, and Golden Oak is there to help you with your finances. But it all starts with that free mortgage checkup. That's right. Take Golden Oak's free mortgage checkup. I promise it'll be the best phone call you make because it's risk-free. There's no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a phone conversation where you tell the folks at Golden Oak Lending everything that you want to accomplish in life from your financial standpoint. And then Golden Oak will go to work. They'll see if they've got a rate that's better than the one that you're currently in. If they do, great. They'll let you know about it. If they don't, they'll also say, hey, rates aren't where they need to be right now. Come back in 6 months. We'll have this conversation again. And those that refinance with Golden Oak Lending are saving big. The average cash out customer saves $1,104 per month. And right now with their 4.50% fixed rate loan, you could save even more than that. And the best part about Golden Oak Lending is you'll go 2 months without making a mortgage payment. You won't have to make your next house payment until after the first of the year. So get in touch with Golden Oak Lending now at 913-890-GOLD and take that free mortgage checkup. I promise you it'll be the best phone call you make. Golden Oak Lending, 5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit. Additional terms apply. MLS 1149-37.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
Well, I'll tell you guys, you want to look your best, right? You want to look your best because when you look your best, you feel your best and you perform at your best. And if you're looking for that cool clothing store for guys in Kansas City, I've got the perfect stop for you. It is Newton James. They've been open for about a year now in downtown Overland Park, and they got everything a guy could possibly want. Whether you're looking to look good or whether you're just looking to look good casually, Newton James has got you covered. And you're going to step into a world where substance meets style. It's Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique, and they redefine what menswear should be. With pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more, they'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. So you can check them out in downtown Overland Park. Just stop in and see what they have in their collection. They've got casual clothes, they've got dress clothes, they've got travel bags. Everything you could possibly want to look and feel your best is at Newton James. Or you can just check them out at newtonjames.com. Elevate your wardrobe, elevate your presence, only at Newton James.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Skechers, comfort is a technology. That's right. You don't just make a shoe and hope it comes uncomfortable. It takes research, innovations, compounds, engineering, and so much more to feel so comfortable you'd swear you're wearing pillows on your feet. We have features like Skechers Air-Cooled Memory Foam and fits like Relax Fit, Stretch Fit, Wide Fit, Arch Fit, and so many more to make the shoe feel like it was custom-made just for your foot. Plus, we have hands-free Skechers Slip-ins technology. Just step in and go. Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Do you have a dark curiosity? Heart Starts Pounding, Horrors, Hauntings, and Mysteries is a weekly podcast hosted by me, Kaylin Moore. Each week, I'll take you on a dark journey through terrifying true urban legends, bizarre true crime cases, chilling tales of backwoods horror, and more. So if you're looking to join a passionate community of the darkly curious, check out Heart Starts Pounding on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, stay curious.
Take advantage of the nice fall weather and schedule your consultation with the outdoor living specialists at Powell Exteriors KC so you can enjoy the weather in style and comfort. Imagine watching football on your new deck, protected from the elements, and you'll have the confidence of Powell Exterior KC's 10-year workmanship warranty, easy financing, and pay no interest until 2027. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com today and experience the power of KC's exterior experts.
Fast cars, barbecue, and live music. Bring the family for Burnouts, a car show, Kids Zone, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. It's Boost and Barbecue. Next Friday, October 24th, and Saturday, October 25th at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under are free. Online at boostandbbq.com.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 63.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Damn, dude. Cold front came into this room.
Are you cold over there now? It went from like a sweat box to an ice box.
Becky the Icebox O'Shea, one of the most underrated fake athletes of all time. Middle linebacker, Little Giants.
Okay.
Never seen Little
So I've
Giants?
not
have you?
seen it.
That's an Al Bundy coach team.
Yeah, man. He was a stud. It basically is Al Bundy as a coach.
Yeah.
You raised Kevin O'Shea down Cherry Hill? Hey, look, they put names on the back of the jerseys so the guys at the morgue can identify the bodies. Great movie. You should check
It is. It's fun.
Probably on Disney Plus if you haven't.
I think it is.
Oh, you should watch it. It's like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's perfect.
The annexation of Puerto Rico. John Madden's in it. Bruce Smith is in it. There's another guy in it. Big white dude. Don't know his name, but he's in it as well. Great movie. Yeah. The synopsis is there is a Little League team called the Cowboys, and they're very dominant, and they are coached by Ed O'Neill, a.k.a. Al Bundy. And he cuts a bunch of players that aren't worth putting on the star on the helmet.
Mhm.
Sounds familiar?
Gotcha.
And so what happens, Rick Moranis, his younger brother, he owns a mechanic shop, knows nothing about football, but there's a bunch of kids who want to play football, so he does the good
Let's
thing,
go.
starts a team. Guess who plays each other?
The
Classic.
Giants and Cowboys. And guess
Exactly.
who wins?
Heck, yes.
Pitch to Johnny.
Do you think if that
Johnny?
Do you think if that movie was made today, the Cowboys would be replaced by the Chiefs?
Probably.
No. You don't think
Patriots,
so?
maybe? Cowboys still pull, man.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
Here, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's still, yeah.
That's what my daughter told my mother that dad pulls, man. Like,
Mama, that burn. All right. Pull some stadium talk here real quick. I'm cold. I need to heat up.
It is freezing. Tell Sterling to get the boiler working again because it is freezing in here. So Fox 4 had a story yesterday, today, whenever the day was, about what to expect for the new stadium. And Kansas lawmaker who's been on this show before. He's the top Senate lawmaker in the state of Kansas. His name is Ty Masterson. Had this quote about the Overland Park site. He goes, quote, "I am anticipating being presented with a proposal from the Department of Commerce and the team at my late November November or early December LCC meeting, Masterson continued, and that's what I'm expecting. The LCC is basically the group that's put together to approve the Star Bond District. They have their meetings, they get regularly scheduled, and usually nothing happens at these things that anybody cares about. Obviously, this will be a big one where they approve the Star Bonds, which in turn approves the Royals moving to Overland Park, Kansas, at 119th and Knoll, which we've been telling you about for about a year now that this was potentially happening. The Northland stuff. People go, what about the Northland? I'm hearing a lot of noise from the Northland right now. The Northland is a great backup plan. In case something does fall through with Overland Park, now you've got your backup plan in place. It's the right way to do business. And quite honestly, it's good for Clay County. It's good for North Kansas City to kind of show that they're open for business, too, and they're not afraid to shy away from going after some of these big projects. And if the Chiefs end up staying in Arrowhead and renovating Arrowhead Stadium, which I do think is a mistake at this point in time, there's rumors that their potential practice facility could be up at that spot in Clay County where they're looking at for the Royals. But, you know, Clay County's getting involved in stuff right now, and so is Johnson County. And Dusty, I know you live in Jackson County, but that's why Johnson and Clay are getting really involved right now, is because Jackson County literally is dropping the ball on everything right now, and people are so disinterested and disenchanted with Jackson County that we have two counties now that are willing to step up and play ball and say, Jackson County, all right, you've had this run for a while now. Nobody likes you right now. We're going to help you out. And that's a good thing for the region to have both Johnson County and Clay County stepping up in a big way to try to lure, you know, their teams to their side of the state line, their county, whatever the case may be, to keep it here in the metropolitan area. And at the end of the day, that's what matters most. And so it looks like we're moving closer and closer to, you know, the Kansas thing. I think the Royals, if they were doing it their way, would have probably have liked to get an announcement done before the World Series. That way you can be the talk during the World Series. You know, when it's on TV, they can say, hey, look what Kansas City's doing. So you get a little buzz there. And then the general manager meetings are the second week in November, I think. You want the buzz going for there. And then the winter meetings in December, you want obviously the buzz going there. So you have like 3 buzz points that you could hit. I don't know that they'll make the World Series one because I do believe that they're waiting till after the municipal elections in Kansas before they announce that Kansas is, you know, getting the Royals and whatnot. And you'll still have those 2 spots to kind of, you know, get the buzz going, the GM meetings and the you know, the winter meetings later on this year. And you'll have the buzz at that. It would have been cool to have the buzz during the World Series and kind of steal the thunder from Toronto and LA. You do. You still have some time. And there's
4.
Yeah. Friday and Saturday. Oh boy, Sunday off, Monday, Tuesday. This time next week, the World Series may be over, Dusty.
Not a hot take,
we may
man.
be looking for a clincher this time next week from the LA Dodgers. So you've got some, you know, some work to do to get it in under that. But I think after the municipal elections 2 weeks from today, we'll finally get that announcement that I think everybody's been waiting for, whether you're for, against, anti, you know, not anti. You just want it to be over. And I think after the municipal elections, I think we'll see the Royals make their decision. And I don't think it'll be soon long after that until the Chiefs end up following and decide what they want to do with their stadium.
Yeah, sooner than later would be very awesome because there's, like you had mentioned, there's the 2-week coming up in November.
Yeah.
Then you have the practice facility that could be built for the Chiefs as well. That could be vacant spot. They could get that figured out. But yet here we are still. Do you consider it still twiddling their thumbs about where we're going to happen?
No, look, I think everybody's ready to go. I think now it's just the timing. I think get the elections out of the way, and then they'll make that decision. It just seems like every time.
Second Tuesday in November?
Yeah, 2 weeks from today. Yeah. No, first 2 weeks.
First week in
It's
November?
the first week
Yeah,
of November.
first
Yeah,
week
it's
in
2 weeks. It's November 4th or whatever that Tuesday
I should be
is.
getting my note card in the mail that says, here's where you vote.
Well, you already
Same place.
voted in September. You guys took care of everything then, as via Frank.
Yeah, we did that.
But no, I think after the municipal elections, I think we'll see it sooner rather than later for the Royals. You know, the Chiefs, as I talked about last week, there's about 5 places that they could build right now today in the state of Kansas if they wanted to. But again, everybody's exploring all options. Everybody's making plans. Everybody's having backup plans. They're doing it the right way. They're making sure they got all their I's and T's crossed and dotted and ready to go. So when they do announcement, then they can put shovels in the ground and we can start building these things.
And we can see that famous picture where they wear a hard hat and they can get away from me. Sanitizer. God, those other guys that actually do this for a living, like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, guys in suits and hard hats with gold shovels, you know. The other guy's like, can we just bring the backhoe in now and bulldoze this place and let's go?
Right. The power of the Chiefs, right? We talk about the Kansas City Chiefs all the time and how great they can be. And Colin Cowherd, who had a come to Chiefs moment a couple years ago had this to say.
I don't feel bad for the Chargers or Baltimore or Joe Burrow and the Bengals, although he's hurt this year. All these teams had a chance. Kansas City was 3-3. They didn't have Rice. They didn't have Worthy. This was your time to make up ground on them. But right now, Kansas City's not only back, I think they're better than ever. They have drafted so well. This is the deepest, twitchiest, most unique wide receiving core, the best play designer, the best distributor. I watched yesterday, and it was like Mahomes was in a baseball cap in the fourth quarter. It's like they pulled their starting pitcher after a great two-hitter, and he had a 6-run lead in the 7th inning, and he sat in the dugout and watched. But I don't see a hole. I said this a month ago when they clobbered the Ravens. Everybody said, oh, the Ravens are beat up. That's not what I watched. Right now, they just keep adding elements. And I saw it with the Rams in Jacksonville. The smart teams in this league, they miss on draft picks. They make mistakes. They get players hurt. They have 2 and 3 game slumps. But they course correct. They identify mistakes quickly.
So that's Colin. If you think that he's the only one, he's not, because Chris Sims also weighed in on the Chiefs.
There's a lot of good teams in the NFC that I have less questions about. The AFC, you can almost go through every team here and go, oh, I got questions about all of them, right? But I look at it and go, yeah, if you're gonna make me 2 teams that are just on my radar that could take Kansas City out, yes, Indianapolis is certainly one of them. Indianapolis's defense is not awesome, but it's good, and they don't let you score touchdowns. They're kind of bend, don't break. The analogy I keep using is like they bend, you kick a field goal, then they score a touchdown. Then you kick a field goal, and then they score a touchdown. And they're like, hey, we're up 14-6. We're scoring touchdowns. You're only getting field goals. So I do think they're one of those teams. I think the New England Patriots, with the way they're playing on the offensive side of the ball, and Mike Vrabel and what they do, and he'll know how to manage a playoff football game, and they'll be ready for January football. Yeah, they'd be a team that, if I was the Chiefs, I'd go, oh my gosh, we got to deal with Vrabel and a hot quarterback, and Josh McDaniels is the OC. So that, to me, is the team, the 2 teams I look at to be maybe the most dangerous. There's some other ones that are, on the radar there, but I think those are the top 2 culprits for me.
You do realize the Chiefs are 4-3 and technically not a playoff team right now, and both of those people were talking about who could challenge the Chiefs in the AFC to win the AFC. That's the respect of the Chiefs that we have right now. They're 4-3. They've unleashed their offensive weapons like it's been nobody's business. They're not even in the playoffs right now, and we have 2 people going on record saying, yeah, they're the team to beat. They're the best team in the league. They're the smartest team in the league, and maybe New England and Indianapolis could challenge the Chiefs. Like, you're through week 7. 2 weeks ago, Chris Sims was writing the Chiefs off, and 2 weeks later, he's now coming up with teams that could challenge the Chiefs in the AFC when they're sitting at 4-3 and they're not even in the playoffs right now, because everybody knows what's going to happen sooner rather than later. It's unbelievable. It is. It's just unbelievable to me that we're sitting here talking about who can upset the Chiefs when they're not even a playoff team, but everybody knows they're the best team in the AFC.
I do love that he kind of stumbled across the Colts.
Yeah.
Because that is a matchup that happens in, 4 weeks?
Right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. The 23rd, I think, is that game, right?
About a month from today, yeah.
Yeah, the 23rd is when they play. They come off their bye and they play the Chiefs at Arrowhead at noon, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So
Who's the Sunday night game that one, and are they going to flex us to Sunday night?
They could. They definitely could. I can look at that week.
I'll look at that. Continue with your point.
Yeah. So, but let's have a real conversation, because the conversation we get with the Kansas City Chiefs is, well, they beat Detroit, the defense was hurt. Well, they beat Baltimore, Lamar Jackson left the game. Well, they lost to Jacksonville and they did all this stuff. Well, okay, that's fine. The Indianapolis Colts so far this year, and they can't help who they play because they had a last place schedule. They play the Dolphins in week 1, and they won 33-8. I don't need to sit here and tell you who the Dolphins are. Week 2, they beat the Broncos. They did do that. They beat them by one point. They played the Titans in week 3, destroyed them 41-20. I don't need to tell you who the Titans are. You know who the Titans are. They lost. Their only loss of the year, the Rams. They lost 27-20. They beat the Raiders 40-6. They did exactly what the Chiefs did. They beat a horrible team, and they beat them good.
Keep a losing team losing.
They played the Arizona Cardinals. They won that game 31-27, and Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback. 31-7, Jacoby Brissett.
31-7 or
31-27. Sorry, 31-27. Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback. They beat the Chargers last week. A really, really good win. That's their only win against a team above 500. other than the Raiders. I should say that. I apologize. They beat the Raiders by 1 point. They play the Titans this week, and then their real test starts in November. And what does everybody always tell you? Let's talk about when we get to November. You can have September and October. That's fine. But the veteran good teams will tell you that November's when S starts to get REAL, right? They go to Pittsburgh. They play at home versus the Falcons, which I think that's an even shoot because the Falcons will be in a dome, so they don't lose playing outside. The Falcons obviously play much better, different offense when they're inside on the track field. Then they get their bye week. Then they go to the Chiefs, and then they get the Texans. Then they go to Jacksonville, to Seattle. Then they get the Niners. So, yes, Indianapolis is a really good team.
Now.
But the Chiefs also, if they can continue to take care of business, because I would have to say this, if you beat Buffalo and you beat the Colts, you've got to be the number 1 seed.
You have to be, yeah. At this point in time, yeah. I'm not scared of the Indianapolis Colts when it comes to playing the Chiefs. I'm just not at all because I think the Chiefs will be really hitting their stride by then. You know, it's the week before Thanksgiving, and I guarantee you now, after looking at the schedule, guys, I don't think this game is going to be flexed because the Sunday night game is Tampa at the Rams. That's a pretty big game.
Plus, the Chiefs play that Thursday, right? That Thanksgiving Day.
They do play Thursday in Dallas. That's another good point. You don't want to flex that game, and the late games that day. Jags at Cardinals. Well, you're not going to flex that game from a 3:00 start to a noon start because that's, an 11 a.m. start, 10 a.m. start out west. So you're not going to move that game. The other 3:00 game on CBS is Brown at Raiders. Same thing. You're not going to start a game at 10 o'clock, on the West Coast, 10 a.m. So that's not going to happen. And then Fox's big game that week are the Eagles at Cowboys. That's their main game. And the other one is Falcons at Saints. Fox is not going to pick up the Colts and Chiefs and move that game to their network when you have the Eagles and Cowboys going on. And then the Sunday night game, as we talked about, is the Bucks and Rams. And then you made the great point of the Thursday game. So I think the Chiefs are probably locked and loaded at that noon spot against the Indianapolis Colts right before Thanksgiving. That'll be a good spot for them to be in. Yeah, perfect spot. And you go out there and you show everybody that, hey, you know what, we're still the Chiefs and you're still the Colts, and you're not ready to take over the crown from us yet.
Is it still the Bills that you worry about?
For sure.
Okay, yeah.
For sure. The fact that he didn't mention Chris, I think as a Chiefs fan, like when I hear Chris Sims go on for a minute about the AFC, talking about the Chiefs competitors and not once utter the word Buffalo Bills, like I think that should make you scared as a Kansas City Chiefs fan because what the Bills have done to the rest of the AFC is what the Chiefs have done to everyone, including the Bills. The Bills have done what the Chiefs have done to everyone besides the Chiefs. Okay, the Pats, the Bills aren't scared of anyone but Kansas City. They don't care about playing the Colts. They don't care about playing. They're having the same conversations we are. The only conversation that changes and when they're playing the red and the gold. That's it.
And I think what we're seeing right now with that statement by Chris Sims. Look, for me, I told you I wasn't in on Buffalo this year. I just was out on them for whatever reason. Not to say that they weren't going to win the division. It's becoming very stale for me up in Buffalo. But I think Chris Sims is having the same moment with the Bills at this point in time that he had with the Chiefs after the first 2 weeks of the season. Thank you. After the first 2 weeks of the season, everybody's writing the Chiefs off, right? Oh, they're no good. They're terrible. They can't complete a pass. They stink. Oh, my God, they're bad. Get rid of them. They're not. How many people said they weren't a playoff team? Of
course.
And then they've done what they've done, and everybody's like, oh, duh, I was stupid. I didn't pay attention to history, and so I didn't realize the Chiefs still had Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and they had injured guys, and they were just going to get better. Now people are doing that with Buffalo because their last 2 games have been despicable. But their defense has been despicable for the most part all season long. It's not a blip on the radar screen for me. What's going on in Buffalo is a trend. What's happening here in Kansas City is now a trend in a good way, but I think Buffalo is more trending in the bad way because their defense still can't stop anybody. You guys are higher on Buffalo than I am, obviously, but I just look at that team and I'm like, something just doesn't feel kosher.
I will say where the Chiefs got a shot in the arm. Sorry, Mac. Where the Chiefs got a shot in the arm with Rashee Rice. The Bills got a bye week at the perfect time.
They really did. Yeah.
They needed it.
Back-to-back losses. One was on a Monday Night Football game where they got torched by the Falcons. And then it was like, hey, you get a bye week next week, and then you get a pick-me-up game against Carolina. 4-3. But still, Carolina, no Bryce Young probably this week.
Which I think is better for Carolina.
Okay.
Not having Bryce Young?
I think Andy Dalton's better.
So
but I mean.
So they'll get the red.
That's all I'm saying.
They'll get the Red Rocket this Sunday.
Yes.
And then it's the classic. It's the Buffalo Kansas City showdown, and step 1 of the number 1 seed is right there. And then you got to take care of business against the Colts and maintain your division.
I mean, what if they go roll Buffalo, guys? I mean,
then Buffalo's not the topic anymore.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, like,
then it's your division. Can you beat Denver?
Yeah.
And can you take care of the Colts when you need to? And then it's like, all right, the Arrowhead Invitational is back on the table.
Back on track. And the answer to all those questions is yes. Like I said yesterday, they're not losing another game this season. If they go to Buffalo, and I'm starting to lean this way, I know we're very far out. They've scored 30 points in 4 straight games. Okay? I know, save the Jacksonville argument, right? But 30 in 4 straight games. Buffalo can't stop anybody. I mean, who did they play in week 1?
Ravens.
Baltimore.
Right. And how many points did Baltimore put up?
Over 40. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're telling me this Chiefs team with the wide receivers and the weapons that we have doesn't feel like they can go up to Buffalo and do just that? And I'll tell you what, this defense ain't giving up 40 to Josh Allen and company. They're gonna crush Buffalo. They are.
Okay.
I'm talking myself into that one right now.
Okay.
They're going to go up to Buffalo and just end them and put them out like a cigarette butt and put their foot on it and just squish it. Like, that's kind of how I feel right now. And maybe I'm hyperbolic Bob, and people don't like to hear that. How could you say that? Dude, I've been telling you this is what was going to be coming for the last year and a half with this offense. And look at where it is after just one game with everybody together. And you know what happens? More guys, more time together, get better. And by the time they go to Buffalo in 2 weeks, Buffalo's going to be looking at tape of the Chiefs going, guys, I don't know what we're going to do.
Buffalo ranks 15th in yards allowed a game at 337. They're second in the league with passing yards allowed a game at 167.2. Where they get hurt is they give up 156 yards a game on the ground.
Yeah, can't
That's
stop that
31st in the league, and they give up 22 points a game. That's 17th. And they can't keep teams off the field. A 40% success rate on third down for offense against that defense. But we know the Chiefs aren't going to run, so if you're really going to stick it to Buffalo with the pass, then what are they going to say? That's the second best pass defense in the NFL, and the Chiefs score.
There you go. And Buffalo always has a bad defense. That's my only thing. We've seen this before. It's going to be 35-31. It's going to come down to we know what's going to happen. So that's why when Chris Sims talking about the Patriots, well, I've been on for 4 months, like, they are not there yet. This is not a contender. This is a fun playoff team, could win the division, love Drake May, future of the league. Come on. They're not beating a Super Bowl contender.
Goes back to the old famous question from the Newlywed Game. Where's the strangest place you've made whoopee? Well, somebody figured out that there was a spot named Johnny that he could find here on 96.5 The Fan.
It wasn't
Matt.
Matt.
Kansas City Sports.
I just want to win, Jen.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson every Monday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Heartland Men's Health and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Kansas City, it's time to turn up the heat. The Westport Sunfresh is back and better than ever. Now proudly part of the Cosentino Food Stores family. We're celebrating with a re-grand opening you won't want to miss. That means 3 full weeks of hot savings on the freshest produce, premium meats, and all your grocery favorites. Come experience the new and improved Westport Sunfresh, your neighborhood store, now with even more local love. Located in the heart of Westport, only at Cosentino's Westport Sunfresh.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes! Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
It's football season, and I can't wait for the games. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs. I just head to Hy-Vee the day after any game and score savings at the pump with my Hy-Vee Perks card. Win or lose, I earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents per gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. The more we score, the more I save only at Hy-Vee. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's game day, and nothing says Chiefs football like the aroma of a tailgate grill. Kick off your pregame party with a Kingdom Meat Bundle from Hy-Vee. Get 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 pork chops, 4 bratwurst, and 4 chuck patties for just $30. Plus, get a 10-cent per gallon fuel saver. Toss in some chips and dip, side dishes, and Chiefs-themed baked goods. Score the extra point with your favorite tailgate beverage from Hy-Vee Wine and Spirit. Just one stop for all your game day needs, only at Hy-Vee.
The new odds are in. I got to give you my updates because the MVP odds have shifted. Remember, what was it, 3 weeks ago? Was that what we said? Patrick Mahomes was plus 1,000. I told you all to hammer it. Send me your receipts if you did. Patrick Mahomes enters Tuesday of week 8, plus 125. The next closest is Josh Allen at plus 360, Baker Mayfield at plus 700, and Drake May, buy stock, plus 850.
All the world is right again.
And then your Offensive Rookie of the Year awards. Jackson Dart, plus 110.
Oh, I thought you said he was negative.
I thought it was negative, but yeah, plus 110, Jackson Dart.
That's basically even money.
Amika Egbukwu, plus 175 in second. Ty Warren, plus 450. Max says he is the best tight end in football.
It's
No
been
lies there.
7 games.
It was 7 games for Brock Bowers, and he was the best. Brock Bowers isn't healthy right now.
7 games for Sam Laporta. He was the best.
Yeah, that's where we're at
And
right
here's
now.
35-year-old Travis Kelce just continuing to kick ass and take names.
If you're asking on a one-game, I need a one-game playoff tight end still for this season, Travis Kelce's the best.
Okay, I was going to say, if you don't say Kelce for a playoff game, oh my
game,
God.
you're
I'm over
fired.
there. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I would go to Steven after the show and go, I don't think he's mentally stable.
No, but right now overall, yeah, I think. And who else is it?
I don't know. Look, these guys are going to replace Travis, obviously, when it all comes to end and whatnot. That's the way sports works, you know? And, I mean, who the best tight end? I have no idea the answer to that question because I don't know what I'm really looking for when I say best tight end in the game. Is it somebody that helps their team win? Is it somebody that's just really good and is their only target? Is it somebody that can block? I mean, is it George Kittle? You know, I just don't know. They're all really good. I mean, like, every team has got a really good tight end now. It's fun to see that position kind of, come to life. I always wanted to play tight end when I was a kid, but, I didn't have any speed or, skill. So I couldn't.
Then you didn't. You just needed a block.
Yeah, and then Mark Bavaro was kind of my childhood idol. He came along, and he was the big bruising tight end in the 80s, and then it kind of faded out, and then Tony Gonzalez came in, and then everything kind of picked up from there, at that tight end position. But I've always loved the tight end position. It was always a fun position, and it's cool to see so many teams have really good tight ends, man. It's awesome to watch.
It's like the NFL did a BBL lift.
That's true.
Tight ends. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Everybody seems to. Is it Tyler Warren? Let's see here.
He leads in yards.
He does lead in yards?
Yep. Travis Kelce, third in yards.
I had heard he was washed at 2 o'clock most days. I'll tell you, Carrington, third in yards. This guy should be number 1. Even though they have 75 weapons they can throw the ball to, Travis isn't doing what he needs to do. He's washed.
Where does what are Ty Warren's yards?
Tyler Warren's yards overall are 439.
And what are his touchdowns?
3.
Jake Ferguson, 51 for 334 and 6 touchdowns.
6 tutties. Yeah. 18 more catches. Isn't that crazy for Jake Ferguson? 18 more catches, 100 less yards.
2 touchdowns on the day that CeeDee Lamb came back.
How many catches are a 2-yard, out and stuff like old school tight ends with that number, though?
Yes,
My
exactly.
God.
Yeah, he's got 58 targets. Let's just look at targets. Trey McBride, 66, then Ferguson, 58, then a drop-off to the mid-40s with Tyler Warren. That is crazy.
Who's Trey McBride's competition?
That's exactly right. Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Who can't catch a cold at this point.
And they lost their star running back in James Conner, maybe for his career.
And you're also playing with Jacoby Brissett at this. Not that it's any different than Kyler Murray.
He's been, better.
You think?
I mean, more efficient.
I can't answer that question. I don't know because I don't watch much Arizona Cardinals.
He has been a better passer.
Well, that's not saying
I know.
much.
It's just like what we're talking
Kyler
about.
stinks.
I know. I agree. I'm just saying he's a $200 million guy, and with 36-year-old Brissett's coming in there.
It just goes to show you don't need to throw more money at it to make it better.
No. But, man, Laporta, what a wild story. I mean, I know he's got Montgomery. What is he, option 4? Because J-Mo Williamson, that's
Did he get a target last night?
He did.
He got one? Okay.
Yeah, he had 2.
Got 2? Okay.
But I think one was a PI on him.
Gotcha.
And then the other one was just a misplay downfield.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's a weird situation there because they go St. Brown, Gibbs, Montgomery, Laporta, and then Williams. So the home run hitter at J-Mo, that's no longer really evident in Detroit. Watch that next week. 4 for 145 and 2 touchdowns.
Get him back working.
Speaking of working, there was a frat boy at a game really putting in some work. I'm sure you all saw the video. This guy was getting ready to go use the restroom at probably one of the Porta-John that was at Kemper Arena back in the 90s.
When was the last time they upgraded the Porta-Johns? My friend Jason Holzman runs the Porta-Johns out at Arrowhead Stadium. They've never gone an upgrade, ever. It's the same Porta-John that we've always used.
I saw this new tailgate setup, and again, I was in lot F, and it was like the whole back edge of the grassy knoll or whatever that is, and they had their own trailer.
Yeah, I saw those guys leaving the game.
I was like, damn, dude, that's a hell of a thing to get
they
behind.
They feed people, right?
Yeah, and they have an open bar. They have bathrooms. And they have Blackstone area where they cook. And you pay for it. They set up.
Donations accepted, it said on their truck.
It looks like an awesome idea to get behind.
That's great.
But no, this guy at the the quote from Saul Barpiss Goodman says, Gamecock turned jackrabbit as a guy opened up the Porta-John, and there is a man standing in his birthday suit having fornication with someone else in the stall. Never in my life will I ever get to the point of horniness where I've got to use a Porta-John to seal the deal.
I don't even like to use a Porta-John to go to the bathroom.
I would love to see how that be, because you have to do it. Unless you have one of those tents that are outside where somebody has that. But you got to do it, man. You got to do it. And you just hope that it wasn't number 2 that went before you.
Yeah, the new thing is now putting that tent up with the kitty litter in a bucket and everybody stand inside that. That's the way to go right now.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Just you and your group.
Yeah, exactly. It's much better that way. because they have cut down on the amount of porta johns that are in the parking lot now because they don't want you, they want you inside, right? And so they cut down the porta johns. People got to pee, well, then they go everywhere else. So yeah, I do like the idea of bringing your own. They actually sell them as kits now. You can buy those and use those at the game. Maybe we'll have to invest in one.
I was going to say we can do that.
Do people still use the open the door, kind of crouch down, and hopefully the gravity of the parking lot's going the opposite way?
Yeah. Remember on Sunday we had that somebody was peeing and said, look at it's going to run down this way. Yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
Watch your feet.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, pay attention to your feet,
It was like 8 a.m. and Hannah was like, I think I'm going to have to use that. I was like, yeah, you're going to have to use it at least once, probably
least
twice.
a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple times, sorry.
Yeah. That's the number one thing at a tailgate is when do you break the seal? Because once it's broken, there's no going back.
There's no going back.
Once you're out, you're out.
And that's the problem with them. They're like the biggest problem about the noon game is making sure you have your BM at a proper time before you before you go out there.
I woke up early on Sunday
to
for
make
that
sure you had the
reason.
BM.
Yes, sir.
You have to. The noon games, you got to make sure you're cleaned out before you go out there. Otherwise, you're definitely screwed.
Somebody says his buddy had actions with a lady at Rockfest probably 15
years
ago.
The 15 years ago Rockfest stories are legendary. Was that the rainy one on the side of the hill, the Liberty Memorial, where they tore up the Liberty Memorial and then Rockfest was never allowed back? But the stories that I've heard over the years from that Rockfest, if that's the same one, my God, everybody did something that day.
Somebody says you got to get the bumper dumper. Have you heard of this?
The bumper dumper.
Jay Leno, you hear about this?
Carelli's got to get on this.
Toilet seat that hooks onto the truck hitch. It's beautiful.
But then...
But you're still out in public.
You're just on the back of the truck.
over it.
Oh, you put the 10 over it.
Oh, okay. Let me look at
this. You're talking about taking the deuce. Yeah.
It's literally called the bumper dumper.
Oh, yeah. Using the
Sponsored by-
tailgate hitch. Little seat with a bucket underneath. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm in. I'll invest.
That is something that I would absolutely, like we talked about earlier, spending money on conveniences.
Yes. Simplicity at its finest.
Yeah.
Man, I really got to go. Hit the bumper.
Hit the bumper, bro.
Yeah. I mean, for years, we used to make fun of my dad for anytime we were on vacation, got to go back to the room after breakfast. I'm there with you, Pops. I get it. Like, got to go back. Gotta poop.
I'm not doing it somewhere else.
Bob's empty before we hit the intro song.
Yeah.
Twice.
Some days there is twice. Yeah. Yesterday was definitely twice before the show started.
Somebody says, yes, Bob, it was the rainy one. I did it with a friend outside the mosh pit.
Nice.
Outside the mosh pit.
No. What's happening?
I did it with a friend. Hey, you interested? Yeah, what the hell?
Hey, it's Seether. Do you care to hear what they play?
Exactly.
No, but I'm horny. All right.
Sweet.
It's Rockfest,
here
baby.
Here comes a rooster. Alice in Chains. Men's wieners.
I sent Mac a list of the 24 songs from the
Saw
90s.
that,
Yeah. I hope he listens to all of them and goes, what the hell were these people listening to? Because we were playing Pearl Jam on Sunday. And I'm like, who's this band? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Max said that?
Yeah, didn't know.
Oh, dude, they have a new album out. We talked to Kyle Brain about it.
Yes. Okay.
Looking through the wreckage. Great song. I'll send it to you. You can jam to it when you're doing yard work today.
Yeah, because today may be the day. It's supposed to be pouring on Friday and Saturday. So, during the week, you got to get your yard work in.
I just can't believe that young man was going that hard at a porta potty. Like, where her? Anyway.
Yeah. I'm not interested in that. I don't care who it is.
The music has started.
Baby, I'm really, really ready. Well, so am I. Where do we go? Porta John. I'll see you after the game. Hey, go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. It is simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, and spend all of 10 to 2 telling Drew happy birthday, because Alex said, well, you didn't win a Super Bowl by the time you were 30. I did. Drew Nixon, happy birthday, buddy. I love you. Take care of yourself like you can as well, Kansas City. Stay groovy, stay kind. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew 10 to 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden